Hello, nerds watching all over the internet. It is Thursday night, July 27th, and we're here for another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. Heck yeah, another exciting night to talk about all the great matches, all the great segments, all the great, awesome OMG moments that you see in professional wrestling. And it's the final Wrestle Rewind for the month of July. We are wrapping up July and heading into August. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. I am also the host, the founder, the content manager, and executive producer of The Ravens Flock. And on behalf of everybody here on this channel, we appreciate each and every one of you tuning in tonight. And joining behind the camera is... give me a second here. Don't jump at yourself. The host of the Black Files, my type part over Wrestle Rewind, a man that puts in the man arms around all the videos that we produce on this channel every single week. Mr. Juan Arouse.
Thank you for that introduction. Don't you ever forget the Mr. You didn't catch me tickling your beard, did you?
No, I was too concentrated on hitting that high note.
Holding that note, and while you had that, I was like... We gotta entertain ourselves somehow, folks. It's just part of the show. It's just part of the fun.
And much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and kick.com/theravensflock. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click the bell icon to enable notifications on all of our media content. Leave your questions and comments below, and we will answer as many as we can while we're live. And if you wish to go above and beyond, like my voice, to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an inner flocker. For $4.99 a month, you will have exclusive access to all the perks that comes with being a member. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the inner flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those wonderful membership badges and custom emojis, letting everybody know that you are in the upper tier, the creme de la creme, the cream of the crop there, yeah. And that you're showing the Ravens Flock some extra love by helping us continue to further our goals and supporting us. We've got, you also get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below, and you also get access to us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite Motley Crue nerds, here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback on how to better shape the future of this channel to support your desires and your needs. Let's go ahead and say hello to the folks in our chat. We've got Gene, Rick, and Nikki Bella holding it down for our mod squad, along with Lady Christy Rando-san up in the chat, and Cool Gamer rounding us all out. Thank you all so much.
And Rando-san looks like she's celebrating being a member for 11 months. She still has one more month to go
before becoming our first 1 year long inner flocker. Holy shit, unbelievable. Hello guys, 1 more month to go. Can you believe that?
She's
about to hit her
dope.
red belt.
That's pretty dope.
Or is it her red badge? I guess it's red badge.
It's red badge. It's red badge. But yeah, folks, great to see you all in the chat tonight. How would you rate my introduction, my voice? I did hit a high note.
It wasn't that high of a note, but you did sustain it rather long.
And yeah, I know. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's not about the length. It's not about the height of the note. It's the length that matters.
Yep. You know what? You got a point there. Thank you. All right. So here, now here on
tell exactly what do we do here on Wrestle Rewind?
On Wrestle Rewind, we review 3 of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today. That is WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. All right, so here we go. Another pay-per-view is already wrapped up. We just got through an annual pay-per-view.
Whoa! Whoa! Holy shit, Lady Christy with a $49.99 super chat.
That is amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh!
You are. You know what? You are awesome.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Can you believe that?
Thank you.
Thank you, Lady Christy Randall-Stein.
You are so awesome.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Oh my god!
That's amazing.
That's incredible, man.
That's really good. You see, it's because I hit that note and I sustained it.
Yeah, no, I guess so. So
The power of my voice compels them.
Lady Christy Randall-san was compelled by how well you hold that long note.
Why, thank you. But getting back to the subject here, we are just less than a couple of days away from our next pay-per-view event, the NXT Great American Bash, a time-honored tradition from back in the days of WCW and in the early aughts of the WWE.
It was one of my favorite pay-per-views, if I'm not mistaken. When one of my favorite moments on there was it a tournament or was it like a best of 7 where that ended with Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit for the newly minted WWE United States Championship?
Actually, that was in Vengeance.
Oh, that was in Vengeance? I thought it was at Great American Bash.
No.
My bad. No, but Great American Bash did have that Texas bull rope match.
Yes, where JBL dethroned Eddie Guerrero for the WWE Championship.
Oh my God! Holy shit! Carisi over here saying, "Yup, I love you guys, and you're worth, as Queen Steph calls it, all the dollars."
Ah, thank you
so much.
Yay! I appreciate that. So getting back to it, and yeah, we've just wrapped up Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view. More on that later. But right now, we're going to jump right to it. Let's go ahead and start the review. Juan, ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
Let's start with this week's edition of WWE NXT. This is their go-home show before their pay-per-view event, the Great American Bash, which is going to be on Sunday, July 30th at the HEB Center in Cedar Park, Texas.
Now, apparently, we have to start the show with a bit of a
yes.
I guess you could call it editorial.
It is an editorial. I want to bring this up right now. Actually, I'm glad you reminded me. Before we get to the review, something very important that we want to talk about. Now, here's the thing. Me and Juan, in reality, unless these guys are literal piece of shit human beings in real life,
looking at you, Tommy Dreamer. What the fuck, man?
We take no pride in constantly dunking and just insulting the pro wrestlers who are just trying to do their jobs given the material with the material they work with.
Legitimately, look no further than Karrion Kross. He was white hot off of his run as NXT champion, and then the moment they try to call him up, they have him run out in a gimp mask, sans his wife and valet Scarlett,
and lose to Jeff Hardy in 4 minutes.
And lose to, stoned out of his gourd, Jeff Harvey. Also, Lisa Boo made it into the chat. Hey up, Lisa Boo.
Hello, Lisa Boo. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
But yeah, and anytime we do express our frustrations, it's not at the wrestlers themselves.
Unless it's the wrestler doing something that's insanely stupid, like Jeff Hardy trying to kill himself in the ring.
Yeah, but majority of the time, it's mostly at the promoters and the producers who put together the material for the wrestlers to work on.
So, needless to say, if and when we need to say something that's like when you can tell when we're goofing around and dicking around and being dorks and trying to have fun and poke fun of things, you can tell that we don't mean it in sincerity. And you can also tell that when we have something poignant that we actually need to say, you will know that that's when we're talking legitimately. That's us breaking kayfabe. They're refusing to follow the script, bro.
Yeah,
that would be us going off script, bro.
And on that subject, we do need to talk about current WWE superstar Von Wagner. If you've paid attention to us on Wrestle Rewind, you notice that our opinion with Von Wagner as an on-screen character in NXT, it's pretty lackluster.
We've been calling him a charisma vacuum for the longest time. We're like, oh my god, he's like handpicked straight out of John Laurinaitis' toe jam or something shit. We were basically talking about how he had zero personality, zero charisma, and they stuck him with goddamn
Robert Stone, the manager.
Stone.
However, and this is something that I've neglected to mention, and
mainly because we didn't pay attention.
This was a month ago. For recently, WWE is trying to get things back on track with Von Wagner, trying to add layers, trying to, tell the audience who is Von Wagner as a person.
And why should we give a damn about him?
Exactly. Now, something that just came as a revelation to me today, I actually went back to an old video clip from the NXT Gold Rush TV special a month ago. Von Wagner had a sit-down segment with Robert Stone, and Von Wagner opened up to Robert Stone about something very critical that happened to him in his early years, when he was a baby. Now, without giving away too much details.
No, we can give away
all right,
the
we can
details on here because we have to lay it all out.
Yeah. Von Wagner actually had a picture of himself as a baby, and he and basically, like, when he was born, when he came into this world, he had a condition that limited his brain growth, and it required surgery to fix. Like, Von Wagner was only 15 months old when he had to undergo a surgery that lasted 14 hours in the hospital.
Yeah, obviously we did not know this shit. And Jose, you verified this ain't no kayfabe.
This is not kayfabe. This is real. This is real life. Like, that picture is not fake. This actually happened, and it's not supposed to be like a funny segment. Like, it's a human moment, both on screen and reality. This feels very like my reaction when I saw that video feels very parallel when I saw the segment on Monday Night Raw in 2018 when Roman Reigns was forced to vacate the Universal title when he revealed that that his leukemia had resurfaced.
Ouch.
Yeah.
No.
Of all the times that we spent dunking on the character of Von Wagner on Wrestle Rewind,
Shamanistic Unicorns Ham made their way over to the chat. Hey, up there, Tam Tam. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Hello, Tam Tam.
We're starting off a little bit more serious than our usual fare.
Yes, but getting back to it, and watching this segment really forced me to reconcile with myself, reconcile with all the times that I've dunked on Von Wagner on screen, that all the times that I've made jokes about Von Wagner at his expense. What about you? What about you, Juan? You saw the video.
The thing of it is, Jose and I actually both know what it's like having to grow up with either a chronic condition or with a developmental issue. And Jose, he's got his health issues. I've got mine over here. So it's like, ouch, for the grace. Yeah, but for the grace of God go I. It's one of those. Yeah, okay. We got to remember he's a fucking human being. If he's still gonna be like, on the one hand, if he's still gonna be like zero charisma or not even try to connect with the audience or whatever, then that's that's on him. Like, at that point, you can't use that backstory to explain away or hand wave away or guilt trip away not putting in effort. But if he really is putting in the effort moving forward in his presentation for himself, or how he's going to be presenting himself in the ring or with people backstage or anything like that, then that's gonna show through.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This was a month ago, but since then, Von Wagner has been on a tear as a babyface, and the fans are actually rallying behind him.
All right, so that's good. Okay, so so it looks like the audience has been supporting Von Wagner, and because these kind of connection moments is what actually gets the audience engaged with you. It was when it was, for instance, when what was it, Becky Lynch, during the beginning of the pandemic, she had to vacate the Raw Women's Championship because she awarded the title to Asuka because she announced that she was going to have a baby with Seth Rollins, right?
Yes, that's right.
There you have those genuine moments. You have moments with for instance, was it Eddie Guerrero when he won the WWE Championship in 2002?
Yes.
And it was at No Way Out. He dived into the crowd. It's the actual genuine, humane human connections that gets your audience to actually connect with you.
Can I bring up another example?
Yeah.
What about the segment of Raw to January 2010 where Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels buried the hatchet and actually embraced each other?
Yeah, where they finally put the past behind them after the Montreal screw job from 1997. They both shared their opinions, like, yeah, I didn't like you, I didn't respect you, I was doing what I was supposed to do, and I don't think that you were the right fit. And Shawn Michaels you got yourself screwed, and you deserved it because of how you were being selfish. But we're willing to both bury the hatchet, and they both fucking hugged it out. That's men being real. Like, okay, it's pointless to be bitter and angry about this shit in the past anymore. We have to move forward. We have to move on.
Exactly.
At least, I'm not trying to say trauma bait your audience. Not in the least, because that's cheap and that's hokey, and you could tell if it's manufactured. But what we're saying is that these human connections, these real life connections, adds the element of connectivity that the audience would they can latch onto and can actually get behind.
Exactly. So I guess with that said, I mean, the only thing left for us to say is, hey, Von Wagner, you have our support, man.
Yep. Yes, we do.
And please, and we in the Ravens flock, we do take things like
that kind of shit seriously.
That kind of shit seriously, and it's not a laughing matter. Physical and mental disabilities.
Yeah, no, that stuff is insane. So yeah.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much covers it. Like, man, like when I saw that video, I was about to cry. Like, did you get that feeling?
I felt bad. I wasn't about to cry, but I felt bad.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Oh man, it's gonna be hard to jump back into the. Man, I need something very fun to jump back into. Juan, you gotta help me. What are we gonna do?
Well, first off, I think we should ring the bell again. That'll help.
Yeah, let's ring the bell.
All right. Yeah, let's ring the bell one more time. There we go.
All right, bring up something fun and awesome.
Okay, fun and awesome. Oh, this is something fun and awesome.
What you got?
The power couple of the WWE, who are tearing ass through all three brands, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
There it is.
The WWE Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley, and the NXT North American Champion, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah! There we go. All right, now we're getting things back on track. All right, yes.
There we go.
The show opens up with Rhea Ripley and Dirty Dom opening up NXT. They're running down every member of the Judgment Day, declaring that Finn Balor is going to win the World Heavyweight title at SummerSlam. And Dominic Mysterio, when he got on the mic, he actually finally got some room to talk, despite the fans overwhelming him with boos.
Like, they were booing the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And naturally, so I mean, like, the boy's a natural heat magnet. He's a sniveling little weasel of a champion. Rhea Ripley, his dommy mommy, is like she's like the one whispering sweet nothings into his ear, feeding and boosting his ego for the sake of playing with the boy or whatever. Or maybe they really do have like an actual like connection kind of thing of both being assholes now. Who knows?
And speaking of Rhea Ripley, as soon as she got out of hang on a minute.
Snap! Oh shit! Lady Couldn't see Randall's son with another super chat, a $9.99 chat. Unbelievable! Folks.
What's she saying?
She's asking over here. I was told that H wants to split all tag teams. Can you confirm this?
I cannot neither confirm nor deny. This is news to me. But getting back to it,
this sounds like rumor mill stuff, and that's something more of a Vince McMahon move. He's the one who hates tag teams.
Exactly.
But if I'm not mistaken, where you have one set of tag teams drop off, another crop will come up soon, like in due time. So
yeah. But getting back to Rhea Ripley, when she got on the mic to address her main event opponent, Lyra Valkyria, the crowd started chanting, "Cut the mullet" at Dominic Mysterio.
Motherfucker, that is gimmick infringement, boy.
Yeah.
You cut that damn thing. That is my mullet.
Hey, Dominic Mysterio, Juan called. He wants his mullet back.
Give back my haircut. What? I will pimp slap that boy.
Doesn't he kind of look
Jen
like
Pearson is up in the chat? Hey up, Jen. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Hey, Wancho, in this shot, doesn't Dom look like a very young Eddie Guerrero with the face and everything? Are you sure?
How dare he? How dare he?
How dare he?
How dare he try to look like his other daddy?
But then Rhea Ripley, but then the Judgment Day were interrupted by Wes Lee, the former North American champion, and Mustafa Ali, the number 1 contender. Both Wes Lee and Mustafa Ali were arguing in the middle of the ring like jilted lovers about how Wes Lee screwed the pooch and lost the North American title,
and how Mustafa Ali was being a little whimper weasel about his shot at the North American Championship basically being snatched away out from under him thanks to Dominic Mysterio.
So then Dominic Mysterio said that, hey man, this is yours problem, this is not our problem.
It sounds like a you two's problem, so I'm going to go ahead and bounce.
But he also said that he will be defending the North American Championship because Mommy said so in a triple threat match at the Great American Bash this Sunday.
So in 72 hours, we will see Dirty Dom to defend the North American Championship in his very first singles title defense against both Mustafa Ali and Rhea Ripley. Damn it! Oh my God!
Against both Mustafa Ali and Wes Lee.
Another $9.99 super chat.
What'd she say?
Jesus Christ, unbelievable. Holy shit. Can you believe this?
That is pretty
She's
dope.
saying that would explain sending Dom and Rhea to NXT. I'm just saying.
That is awesome. Thank you, Rando-san. You are so cool.
It's actually much simpler than that. And yeah, Tam Tam, we see you over here. We appreciate you being up in the chat here. Like, this actually explains, it's actually very simple. The Judgment Day are all over the place on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Basically for the ratings. Let's not kid ourselves.
The Judgment Day is the hottest thing right now on WWE TV. And if
Please
you want,
don't call them the successor to
I'm not going to say
the
it. I'm not going to say it.
anymore.
But there is no denying the star power that they bring. And if you want a good example of that, here's some factoids from last week. On last week's editions of both Monday Night Raw, NXT, and Friday Night SmackDown, Dominic Mysterio main evented all 3 of the shows in 1 week.
So yeah, Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest going up against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and then you had on NXT the North American Championship match where he won, and then Dirty Dom versus Butch on SmackDown, all in 1 week. So Dominic Mysterio is the hottest boy on the block, I guess.
Hell's
this
yeah!
Is, according to Sportskeeda, that's a very nice graphic of them. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Where's your impersonations now, Juan?
I'm the bestest boy around, Mommy.
Start waiting with him.
You opened the door. All I did was stride on through it. Hey, yo.
Oh, man.
Your mommy said that I could do all the shows.
Oh, you dick.
Mommy gets to give me the special mouth hack tonight. That's what she said.
You idiot. I am so happy that Dominic Mysterio is getting a chance to shine. You know what? I think his match against his father, Rey Mysterio, at WrestleMania was the launching pad that he needed to push him even to elevate him further up into the main event picture.
Cooper's in the chat. Hey up, Aaron Cooper. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Welcome. And Rhea Ripley, well, you know what? The work speaks for itself. Rhea Ripley is just a super badass. She is right now like the top competitor in the entire WWE women's division.
Holy shit! Oh shit! Oh my God, Lady Christie, she's just pouring on the love tonight. Oh my God, a $4.99 super chat.
Hey,
holy
what'd she say?
Let me see over here. I'm gonna be honest. My two faves from the Judgment Day are Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley.
Q's careless whisper to Jose. Thank you. All right. Let's go ahead and continue on because we still have much to cover. One, let's get to the excitement.
I'm never gonna dance again. It's guilty, man. No, I didn't. I'm not anymore.
Okay, I'm done. Or am I? Should've known better than to cheat a friend.
Shut up!
Oh.
Thank you. All right, let's get to the exciting match of the night, and it's a tag match, playa.
Holla, holla.
It's a 6-man tag team match. The teams of... From left to right, we have the NXT champion, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, and the #1 contender, Ilya Dragunov, going up against Schism, their leader, Joe Gacy, and the tag team of the Dyad, Jagger Reed and Rip Fowler.
So this was odd because last we checked wasn't Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov kind of on the you know on they were butting heads with each other. Because,
yes,
like,
it is true.
Didn't one of them cost the other the match earlier this week? It was
2 weeks ago.
It was Finn Balor in a non-title match against or was it a title match?
No, allow me to elaborate.
Yes,
it was a tag match 2 weeks ago. Balor and Priest versus Trick and Mello.
There we go.
Yes, and near the end of the match, Ilya
Dragunov came in. He was trying to assist. There was a miscommunication. It cost Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes the match. So Judgment Day came strong.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But,
Thank you, Gene Rick over here. Love how Jose just lets Juan go with my favorite George Michael song. And Carisi's like, sorry for derailing the chat. Not.
All right, let's get back to it. So Juan and I actually got to sit down and actually watch this 6-man tag match. And so, yeah, the whole story goes, oh, no, can Ilya Dragunov and Mello coexist?
These two ever coexist?
Can they?
Can they? Yes, they can. I mean, come on.
They can. All right. So great tag team action. Surprisingly, Ilya Dragunov did have good tag team chemistry with Mello and Trick. Everything was trending upward for the babyfaces against Schism until there was a miscalculation at ringside later on during the match. Trick Williams was at ringside, and so was Ilya Dragunov brawling it out with one of the members of Schism. And it looks like Ilya Dragunov was trying to go for a Torpedo Moscow running headbutt, but accidentally missed and hit Trick, and who was sitting right by the steel steps.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
It was bad. It was pretty bad. But the match continued on, and Dragunov continued to fight back against Schism, and Trick Williams at this point he was taken out of commission throughout the rest of the match.
So it became a 3-on-2 fight.
It became a 3-on-2 fight. It looks like things were going dire for the babyfaces until the team of the Dyad, specifically the Dyad. They were attacked from behind by 2 unknown masked assailants. They were dressed in black. They were wearing the yellow Schism masks, and they pulled down Jagger Reed and Rip Fowler from the apron and knocked their asses down.
So what is that about? Why? Like, who in the hell would be jumping in on behalf of the Schism to attack the Schism?
I have no idea, but this provided the distraction long enough for Ilya Dragunov to continue to work on Joe Gacy, and it looks like he was about to hit his Torpedo Moscow until he was tagged from
Moscow Torpedo?
Torpedo Moscow. But then Carmelo Hayes tagged Dragunov from behind, tagged himself in, and hit his finishing move, Nothing But Net, to secure the victory. Your winners, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, and Ilya Dragunov.
All right, so yeah, it was a little odd. It's a little confusing, but the right people won the match. Lady Christie is over here saying at Gene, he just went like, fuck it, go ahead, when I went into singing. And
Gene Rick is asking, what's the Torpedo Moscow headbutt? Well, it's Ilya Dragunov's signature move. He basically runs from the corner, and he charges at you at incredible speed, leaps up, and hits you right in the head, bashes you in the head.
So corner to corner, runs across the ring, and just nails you head on.
Yeah, it's like getting hit with a spear. Instead of being tackled, you're getting headbutted.
Okay. Ow.
Yeah.
Shit. That's painful. Yeah.
So the babyfaces won the match, but there's some turmoil between the partners as Trick Williams was fuming against Ilya Dragunov, and his conflict with Dragunov caused a little bit of a dissension between himself and Carmelo Hayes.
Well, of course, there's still rivals. Ilya Dragunov still wants the NXT Championship, so there's still going to be contention even after the match. Oh, the Lady Carisi over here as ET. Ouch.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is, I do not want to be on the receiving end of that. And I've had some crazy headbutts in my time.
Yes, you and me both, my friend.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, so now let's go ahead and move on to the exciting segments of the night. And the exciting segment is twofold because it's a back-to-back training hype-up segments between 2 female competitors who will be fighting for the NXT Women's Championship. First, we get a video segment of the champ herself, Tiffany Stratton. We get a training montage of her running the treadmill, doing some powerlifting, and she's, of course, her usual talking shit, being braggadocious, and she's swearing up and down, swearing up in the heavens. Go tell it on the mountains. She never tapped out to Thea Hale.
Because as far as she's concerned, if the referee didn't see it, it didn't happen.
Exactly.
The rest of us saw you, blonde bimbo. You tapped. You tapped out like a punk bitch. I don't give a damn. You sing it up on the mountaintops, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely. She was healing it up. But on the other side of the spectrum, we get another video package of the number one contender, Thea Hale, who is white hot right now since winning the Battle Royal a month ago, since challenging, what's-her-face, Tiffany Stratton for the NXT Women's title. She's been on a roll. There's so much momentum building up on her, with her as part of Chase University.
And she has been a firecracker this entire time. And just the fact that she has been going banana balls ape shit with her team spirit stuff, it's been insane. It's been bananas, and we can't deny just the sheer attitude, the sheer energy that she brings in, and she's got the entirety of the student body of Chase U cheering her on. I mean, if you literally have your own cheering section in the crowd, how can you go wrong? It would be an awesome way to see it would be awesome to see if this is the moment that Thea Hale dethrones Tiffany Stratton as the NXT Women's Champion. It would be awesome. I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but it is going to be a submission match on at the Great American Bash, so anything's possible. Oh yeah, Gene Rick, aka Blom Bimbo over here, and what's with the bananas? Oh, banana balls. I getcha. And Lady Cuddy, because boobs. Yeah. Also, Jose's over here. Look, I want to bring this up, and I'm sorry, Jose. You've been swearing to me up and down for the longest time that Tiffany Stratton had recently got a boob job.
Why do we have to bring that up?
I'm bringing it up because it's conversation. Like, what? Okay, because her chest looks more ample in her outfits and stuff.
If you compare her ring gear from 2021 when she first made her debut to present day, don't you notice the difference?
Yeah, it's called push-up bras. It's called sporty push-up bras.
Why you got to put me on the spot like that?
I'm putting you on the spot because you need further education of the minutia in the outward appearance and the work thereof of the feminine form. You need to learn how ladies make themselves look good so that you can know the tricks behind the scene. This is how you're gonna get yourself the lady of your dreams, Jose. You're very welcome. I'm putting you on the spot for your love life.
Thanks.
Also because I like making fun of you not knowing boobs.
You're an idiot.
Yes, I am.
Leave me alone,
oh my
right,
God,
man?
You guys are on a roll tonight, banana balls. Oh yeah, no, you can thank Kat Dennings for that line. I'll explain it some other time.
I love Kat Dennings. Now, speaking of boobs,
Tata's boobs, mounds, man, stonking great tits.
All right, let's get off the subject because, admittedly, I didn't want to talk about it in public, but here we are.
Well, we were getting real about Von Wagner earlier tonight. We're getting real here in terms of talking about boobs. Yeah, but he's our idiot, says Jen Pearson. Yes, I am an idiot.
All right. Now let's go ahead and talk about the bad match of the night.
That's depressing. This was the bad match?
This was not just a regular match. This was a kendo stick match between Cora Jade versus Dana Brooke.
Never mind. I understand why now. Okay.
Yeah.
She looks mean. Oh man, break you into. Yeah. Thea Hale. She's got ape shit crazy energy. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Holy shit. Yeah.
So,
all right. So Cora Jade.
This was a tough call because I was stuck between this and this short squash match with Von Wagner and Javier Bernal. However, while that one has a story going on with Von Wagner, being beloved by the crowd and actually opening up and adding layers to his character, this came from a foundation of nothing. Except Cora Jade is a mean girl and just beating the shit out of Dana Brooke, which at this point it's just sad.
I guess okay, I can understand because Dana Brooke has been trying really hard to make a name for herself as a wrestler in WWE for, you said 8 years?
Since 2015.
Bullshit! 8 freaking years, good lord. And the fact that she's working out at NXT over here, we initially had thought back when Mandy Rose was working in NXT that she was on a downward trajectory, so they sent her back to NXT to refresh and rebrand and re-identify herself. It's clear that that's what they're trying to do here with Dana Brooke. But to come up with a gimmicked match like a kendo stick match out of thin fucking air, that's a disservice to the both of them. I can understand if you want to actually hype it up as the gimmick of the match, or rather the story of the match is Cora Jade's a mean bitch. Dana Brooke is trying really hard to earn people's respect again in the ring. Cora Jade's being mean and she's being an asshole. But there was no build to that.
There was no build to that.
Was
And
there anything-
the real conflict came from Dana Brooke's protege, Kalani Jordan, who I talked about last week.
Right, the thing where she had a montage of the two of them training and having fun and not actually
Learning anything!
Learning anything. Yeah, more like Michael Bay tried his hand in the background saying, Lady Christie, oh God.
Oh, no. First of all, I want to talk. I wish I had a picture, but I want to talk about Dana Brooke's outfit during the kendo stick match because
also Gene Rick saying a kendo stick, Mortal Kombat.
No, Gene Rick, don't dignify it with that. Don't. It's not even in that level.
It's not.
It's not.
It was that nuts.
Let me talk.
Okay.
So Dana Brooke, first of all, she was clearly not dressed ready for a no disqualification, anything goes kendo stick match because she was wearing. It looks like she was trying to cosplay a party version of Catwoman. I wish I had a picture. I wish I had a picture because it looked so ridiculous. She even wore the Catwoman mask for crying out loud.
Hang on a minute. I'm going to see if I can find a still shot from the match or something of the sort over here. Let me take a look.
Go ahead and try. I mean, you're likely not going to find it.
Was this it?
This
looks like it was it. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah, but that's not the actual picture. I'll have to show you the video sometime.
All right. Well, do you mind if I show this picture for part of the review anyway? I mean, like,
yeah,
can't hurt.
It can't hurt.
At this point, we're like,
so
ow.
There's really not much to say. It's a no disqualification. Anything goes. The only thing, since it's a kendo stick match, there's kendo sticks all over the goddamn ring. So they started wailing on each other. Cora Jade dealing more offense than Dana Brooke. Yeah.
Yep. So for instance, here it is. Like, okay, just to show Jose's point. Okay, I can kind of see what you mean by like party girl version of Catwoman. But then again, Cora Jade has her
ring gear.
Has her ring gear also. So
there's ring gear and then there's party gear.
Okay, I kind of see what you mean, but all right, continue.
All right, so getting back to it. So yeah, Cora Jade was basically dominating throughout their whole match. She was wailing on Dana Brooke all over the place with kendo sticks. Dana Brooke was able to get a little bit of a window, and she was able to fight back, but then Cora Jade immediately pulled the rug from right under her. And it looks like Cora Jade was going to have this match won. She propped up a steel chair, sat down Dana Brooke, and it looks like she was going to go for a move, a serious move. But then Kalani Jordan got up to the ring apron, and she was trying to save her friend. But then Cora Jade, she threatened to attack Kalani Jordan, and that distraction was enough for Dana Brooke to scissor sweep Cora Jade face first onto the steel chair, and then Dana Brooke started wailing on Cora Jade with kendo sticks.
Ow.
And Kalani Jordan even brought in a pink-colored kendo stick specifically for Dana Brooke.
Excuse you?
Yep. And just to finish it off, Dana Brooke lays Cora Jade on a pile of kendo sticks with steel chair on top. Dana Brooke goes on to the top. She hits a swanton bomb to pin and win. Your winner, Dana Brooke.
Okay, so Dana Brooke won the match?
She finally won.
Hot damn.
Stop the freaking presses.
What the hell? That was so okay. I won't lie, that was out of nowhere. But this was like you said, the match itself. It felt like it wasn't really built up the way it should have been.
Yes.
For this to make the point over here, Gene Rick going meow, couldn't help myself. Goddamn! Oh, with the freaking Catwoman, and she was meant to go down. This is Tam Tam with throwing. Is that cheese? What's with the cheese?
What's with the cheese?
I don't
Are you
get
calling me cheesy? Are you calling Juan? I mean, I know Juan's cheesy.
I'm a total cheese-tastic cheese ball. I am Chester D. Cheetah.
So first of all, Dana Brooke, Halle Berry calls. She wants her Catwoman suit back.
No, Halle Berry does not want that Catwoman suit back. Halle Berry said, "Get her away from me."
Oh, never mind then. Okay, fine. Scratch that.
Lady Creasy also said Jose's gives off Juan shush the grown-up is talking vibes. Where Juancho, okay, what's that face?
Which is ironic because he's older than me, but
yeah,
here we are.
I'm the old fogey in the group anyway.
Anyway, so yeah, the match itself. Okay, the fans in the Capitol Wrestling Center love it. I didn't really care much for it because the foundation behind the rivalry is very weak.
It should have been. Oh, cheese for the cat mask. Ow! What the hell?
Ha.
That is so weird. You can't feed cats cheese, can you? I know you can feed dogs cheese, but can you feed cats cheese?
I don't know.
That's so weird.
It is so weird.
Anyway,
yeah. But getting to it. But you were gonna say something, Juan.
Yeah, no, like, if we were going to have a match like this, have it be at the Great American Bash and have the two of them have, like, a face-off of some kind, with Cora Jade dressing down Dana Brooke, saying, like, hey, you couldn't, and point out, hey, you couldn't hack it on SmackDown, you couldn't hack it on Raw, so you're over here, you're the 24/7 champion, and that belt is so well celebrated that the person that you lost it to went ahead and put it in its glorious place in the trash can. So what the hell are you doing here in my turf in NXT? I run this shit. Dana Brooke, I don't care what you think constitutes who should run NXT or what's going on, but I know that I've got just as much guts as you do, and I can prove it to you at the Great American Bash. Okay, but let's do it at a fucking kendo stick match. Boom! There, I just saved that by padding it out one more week with a face-to-face talk segment. Cora Jade would try to do a cheap shot with Dana Brooke, but that's where Kalani Jordan, yeah, Kalani Jordan nails Cora Jade
with a pink kendo stick.
With a pink kendo stick. Like, no, I got what it takes, and you know, I got people behind my back. But you're by yourself, Cora Jade. I'll see you at the bash. See, boom, easy. Just pat it out one week. It wouldn't have been bad. It's okay. It's not the end of the world if you don't have it if you don't have it right away. It would have worked out if you just pat it out and give us something to look forward to.
I think, yeah, Wancho, I commend you for this effort. But WWE ain't gonna do that.
You're right.
All right.
Yeah, Tavis over here saying, I did not think of that. Cheesy was my angel. Oh, God. Yeah, I said angel. Couldn't help it. LOL.
But
cheesy was my angle. Angle is what you mean.
Yeah, but getting back to it now, surprisingly, despite this little setback over here, surprisingly, there were no actual bad segments on NXT this week. Everything, all the video segments, all the interviews and stuff actually hit their mark. So I have nothing bad to report on bad segments.
Yeah, and even though this match, obviously, our gripe is that it could have been built better. The match itself wasn't terrible. Is that a finger waggle of no, it wasn't terrible, or no, Juan, you're wrong, it was terrible?
Oh no, it wasn't terrible, but
it could have been better.
It could have been better.
All right. Yeah, see, we know how to freaking do criticism objectively, and we know how to freaking do. Wait, what?
Oh wait, hang on a minute. We do have a bad segment. Oh shoot, I am so sorry, folks.
Did you just lie?
I know. I didn't lie.
You fibbed.
I forgot.
You forgot.
So now let's actually talk about the back segment. And this is an in-ring segment with a 2020, a former 2020 Olympic gold medalist for the USA, Gable Steveson, who signed a contract with the WWE and has been under contract since what, 2021?
Since 2021, yes. And he ain't done shit. He wasn't even on Level Up.
Yeah, the last thing he did on TV and in pay-per-view. In pay-per-view, he squashed Chad Gable in a post-match segment at WrestleMania 2022 in Dallas, and he showed up on NXT a couple of weeks ago during their NXT Underground match between his brother Damon Kemp and Eddie Thorpe.
Yeah, that weird match that we didn't really.
Yeah, we didn't care for.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Carisi. So Jose omitted by forgetting likely story, hence lying by omission.
Oh my God! Don't put words in my mouth. Don't build conspiracy theories, okay?
And Tam is actually saying, yeah, we like a more balanced beatdown. See, we know how to be balanced and fair, but also fair and balanced.
All right, getting back to it. Come on, let's give the chat a break, Juancho. So Gable Steveson, he got on the mic and he just sounded like he's running down a list because he kept listing off his achievements. Like, yes, I was an Olympic gold medalist. I was also a champion for NCAA for college wrestling. I could just compete for the Olympics next year. I could go back to NCAA and win more victories. But I finally made my decision. It sounded so one-dimensional. It was so boring. It was so bad. And Baron Corbin came down to the ring to interrupt the proceedings and run down Gable Steveson, calling him a failure.
What the fuck? What are you talking about over here, Corbin? He's literally the worst.
Baron Corbin, for the past couple of weeks, they've been showing video vignettes of Corbin at his home, of his luxurious home in Kansas City, and how he was going through all the memories and all the gimmicks that he went through that failed, and he literally burned all of his gimmicks. He burned his Lone Wolf gimmick. He burned his Constable shit. He burned his King Corbin shit, his Happy Corbin shit. All of it is burned and gone.
Did he burn his I'm broke as hell so I'm a hobo Corbin shit?
Yeah, that too. So, and then, they were showing vignettes of him, driving down a road at night, stopping by at a campfire, and he says that, it's time to find himself, and and in this video it shows another Baron Corbin. They did some sort of weird,
like a camera effect of him being in himself, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that's supposed to tell us, but you want to know how interested the commentators are. Like Vic Joseph says, okay, well, we'll see more of Baron Corbin. Let's move on.
Oh, for God's sake.
Not exactly in those words, but the sentiment was there. So getting back to it, Gable Steveson got on the mic and fired back at Baron Corbin saying, hey, you just made up my mind. Gable Steveson versus Baron Corbin at the Great American Bash Sunday. And then the whole segment closes off with Gable Steveson hitting a German suplex, following up with a belly-to-belly, knocking Baron Corbin out of the ring, with the referees and officials trying to keep Steveson and Corbin apart from each other.
Yeah, no, it was odd, and yeah, it wasn't the best segment because
talking is not every wrestler's strong suit.
Gable Steveson doesn't know how to fucking talk or cut a promo yet. He's been there for 2 years and he doesn't know promo class. Come on, man. And as far as Corbin goes, okay, I'm fine with him freaking trying to reinvent himself. He just still has the go away heat kind of thing for me, as far as I'm concerned. But okay, he's picking on the newbie. He's picking on the rookie kid, the Olympian. And now he's gonna try and test him at the Great American Bash. It sounds like it would work out, but don't give this boy a microphone. Don't give this child, Gable Steveson, a microphone at all.
Yeah, no. Gable Steveson needs a manager.
He needs a manager. He needs a valet. He needs somebody to draw attention away from the fact that motherfucker can't talk.
Yeah, I mean, jeez, he's so artificial. His smile looks like it's engineered.
There we go. Exactly. Yo, Lady Christy over in the chat. Hey, up there. Thank you so much. We're for another $4.99 super chat. Holy shit.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
At Jose, quit undermining the chat. The chat is always right.
I wasn't undermining, just pausing for a couple minutes.
Yeah, no, he's not wrong. When it comes to the show, Jose's big strength is he keeps us on target when it comes to the topics that we're discussing. But that's why me and Angel, we like to derail or go into non sequiturs on there. But we do appreciate that. You guys are just as much a part of the show as we are. So
Juan likes to socialize. Angel likes to go into these weird deep dives, these mental deep dives. Sometimes he talks a lot.
It's true,
but it's all good. It's all good.
It's all in good fun. We don't mean any harm or anything by it. So shall we get into the main event of tonight's edition of? Oh God.
Let's get into the main event for the go home show of NXT.
I think we got a problem.
Don't worry.
No. I need to call someone. I need to call someone for this. For this is
who you need to call?
I think I need to call mommy.
Rhea Ripley, the women's world champion, Rhea Ripley versus Lyra Valkyria
in a non-title match, of course.
Yes, of course. So for the past couple of weeks, Rhea
over here. Thank you. I like when Jose gets stern. Oh, is that right, Tam?
Oh my goodness. For the past couple of weeks, Rhea Ripley has been showing up on NXT along with Judgment Day, and she's also been on the side, giving a little bit of praise to Lyra Valkyria, calling her a badass. And at one point, on last week's segment of NXT, Rhea Ripley talked with Lyra Valkyria and told her, "Hey, listen, I called you a badass. Am I wrong?" And for Lyra Valkyria to prove Rhea right by destroying JC Jane. And on this week's edition of Monday Night Raw, in a digital exclusive interview when Raw went off the air, Lyra Valkyria challenged Rhea Ripley to a non-title match to prove if she can hang with with the top female competitor in the WWE, because she's been in NXT for quite some time and she needs to know if she's on that level.
And lo and behold, we had our answer this past Tuesday night on NXT. Lady Christie saying, "Why don't you just give me Star Wars: A New Hope vibes? Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target. Listen up. They came from us behind."
And then Lord Vader kills us all.
Yep, and then Lord Vader shoots him up the ass.
Exactly.
That was the only message he was able to get off. They came from behind, which was like, hey, no, that's a warning. Run, motherfuckers. So, yeah.
All right, so getting back to the main event match. So, Rhea Ripley was dominating the majority of it. Like, it's basically...
of course, she's dummy mommy.
Yeah, it's classic David and Goliath. Rhea Ripley, much taller, much stronger than Lyra Valkyria, used her size and strength advantage against her. Lyra Valkyria was able to get a little bit of offense in, hitting a bunch of moves to knock down Mommy, hitting a bunch of hits, Hurricane Ranas. At one point, hitting a DDT on Mommy, planting her to the ground. And just to add a little bit of insult to injury, Lyra Valkyria even stepped over Mommy while she was laying belly first, just to piss her off.
Oh, look, you know what? Rhea Ripley just probably calls that a good back massage.
Ah,
no, like, have you ever had like somebody like stepping on you for like cracking your back or something?
I can neither confirm or deny, considering that she's with Dominic Mysterio. That being said, don't let Dominic hear that from you, Juan. He'll come after you.
I'm a big boy. Don't you touch my mommy. Nobody walks on my mommy like that.
Can you handle Dirty Dom, Juan?
All I have to do is say Ooga Booga at him very subtly, and he will run away.
Well, he got a little bit more than an Ooga Booga, because as the match continued on, Lyra Valkyria was able to knock Rhea Ripley once again, throwing her out of the ring apron, and Lyra Valkyria goes in for her signature drop kick, while hanging through the ropes, which is pretty gnarly. Oh, and shit. Then Dominic Mysterio took the bullet and took the hit.
Oh shit! So he saved his mommy by taking a drop kick to the face.
He did.
That's a good boy.
That is
Dum. You're an idiot, but you're a good boy. That's a good boy. You take the hits for your mommy.
Yes, she does. Yes, he did. Oh God, I almost called him a she.
Yes, she did.
All right, Rhea Ripley
does have that hair.
Yeah. Rhea Ripley gets back into the ring, and she regains control of the match. Tries to go for the Riptide onto Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria was able to counter. She was able to hit a series of combination strikes, a series of elbow strikes and kicks to knock down Rhea Ripley. And she was about to hit her finishing move, her spinning heel kick. But then Rhea Ripley dodged it and hit the Riptide to pin and win. Your winner, the WWE Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley.
Hot damn. All right, so,
it was a damn solid match, and Lyra Valkyria put up one hell of a fight.
She couldn't win the match. She couldn't get the W, but she went the distance, and she did succeed in showing Dommy Mommy what she's made of. So,
and more importantly, she earned Rhea Ripley's respect. After the match, Rhea Ripley grabbed Lyra Valkyria, not by the hand, but by the face, and told her, told her, prove me right. Finish it. Finish JC Jane.
Oh shit! So she's like, no, you managed to skate by this time, but you are not done. You're not finished as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. So
holy shit, lady.
So on your thoughts of the main event?
I think this bitch is crazy, and
they both are, but it's so cool.
But at the same time, I'm glad to see that Lyra Valkyria basically has Dommy Mommy's seal of approval.
This is an example of women's wrestling done right. This point will come again later in the review.
So remember that line, it is important.
All right, now let's go ahead and move on. Now, before we get into this week's edition of AEW Dynamite, let's talk about the main event for this year's Ring of Honor pay-per-view event, Death Before Dishonor.
All right, so as you guys know, we don't really cover ROH or New Japan Pro Wrestling ever, if at all. So it's not because we don't have any sort of liking for it, but we know that there's going to be other folks who cover it a lot more in depth than we do.
Yeah, that's a little too much wrestling for me, man.
I don't know. Wouldn't you like to have all wrestling all the time on your own, Jose? Wouldn't that be like a dream come true?
What are you talking about?
I mean, actually, come to think of it, if we were able to have enough subscribers and enough people following over here on the Ravens flock, if we could do it full time, maybe you could do more than one Wrestle Rewind. Have one do of NXT, AEW Dynamite, and Impact, and maybe have the other be Ring of Honor if they do weekly shows.
Yeah.
New Japan Pro Wrestling and
If I want to go extra, Raw and SmackDown.
yeah. See, there you go.
Yes, but
Like
okay.
That one could dare to dream, but that
No,
would be your program. On
That would be my
WrestleWrewind.
program. That'd be something to think about, but on one condition:
What?
don't ever ask me to cover GCW.
If the day ever comes, I will ask you will have my permission to pluck my eyeballs out and use them as your garnish.
No,
Yeah, and you're
No,
right,
no, no, I
Gracie,
won't do that.
Would be Buddha's dream come true.
Wancho,
moment.
I won't do that, but I will shave you bald.
Good God, no! I like my Jedi mullet. Don't cut this. I fought my mother for years to keep my hair.
I'm
God
sorry,
damn it.
Wancho. Your mullet is now property of the WWE.
No. All right. So
that's gimmick infringement on Dominic Mysterio. Oh, actually, no, it's the other way around.
Yeah, I was about to fucking say. All right, so Death Before Dishonor is
Death Before Dishonor's main event is actually a rarity. Very rare has a women's wrestling match ever main evented a pro wrestling pay-per-view event. WrestleMania 2019 is a prime example. Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. And yeah, I can't think of I'm trying to think of other examples of like women's wrestling matches main eventing pay-per-views. NXT Takeover In Your House 2020, where Io Shirai captured the NXT Women's title in a main event. That's another example. And shit, I'm trying really hard. Okay, on AEW Dynamite St. Patrick's Day special, where Thunder Rosa beat Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, for the AEW Women's World Title in a steel cage match. That was a good main event.
Yeah, that was an excellent main event.
But but that's a TV special. This is a pay-per-view event, and in this pay-per-view, we have competing for the Ring of Honor Women's World Title, the defending champion, the War Goddess Athena, versus Willow Nightingale.
Who, if I'm not mistaken, Willow Nightingale was this year's winners of the Owen Hart Memorial women's tournament.
That's right, and she was the inaugural New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Champion, defeating Mercedes Moné in a surprising upset in the tournament finals.
Yeah, so she's got quite a star on her. So Willow Nightingale challenging for a world championship here, and she is an inaugural Strong Style Women's Champion. So that's awesome. And yeah, Lisa Boo, you're right. Covering Raw would be cool, but one can dare to dream. You can help us make that dream come true by spreading the word on your socials and getting people to subscribe to the Ravens flock.
I'm surely you must have friends who love nerd content, right?
Indeed, and if you don't, share it anyway. It definitely doesn't hurt.
All right, so getting back to it, and more importantly, taking aside all the accolades, it all comes down to this. This is a rubber match because these two have squared off in the past, and they have one victory over each other.
Holy shit. So, and another programming of Ring of Honor, Willow beat Athena once, and Athena beat Willow once, and now
actually they both have one victories over the other on AEW. You know, because AEW, Ring of Honor, because that's another tally mark on their list of problems.
I'm going to ignore you just said that and continue, otherwise I'm going to have an aneurysm.
All right, so let's get back to the match. So the main event starts off with both women trying to square up each other with arm locks, square each other up with arm locks, wearing down moves, grapple games and all that stuff. They hit a stereo drop kick against each other, got back on feet. The crowd were loving it. The crowd absolutely loved the two competitors. Something very important Something very important I want to mention, Willow Nightingale's entrance music, as she was coming down, like before the match started, the Ring of Honor commentators, Ian Riccaboni and Cheeseburger, they were actually chanting along, and they were making their own song lyrics to rap along to go with the beat for Willow Nightingale. That was pretty dope.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What in the hell?
You got to listen to it. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to have to listen to it sometime. Yeah, you're not wrong. Ring of Honor plus ROH plus AEW equals clusterfuck. Yeah, that was my fucking beef over there. Like, what's the point of this guy having built up AEW from scratch if he just planned on buying out Ring of Honor?
For more wrestling.
Because he's the specialist, goodest boy, and Tony Khan, being the freaking coked out dweeb that he is, can't get enough.
But getting back to it, so Athena was able to regain control using underhanded tactics to knock down Willow Nightingale. She keeps her grounded, even hits a standing moonsault, but only got a 2 count. And Willow Nightingale, with an incredible display of power and strength, grabs Athena and hoists her up and hits her with a freaking fallaway slam. That was freaking awesome.
Nice.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, because no, he just wants the cloud of saying, like, I'm the specialist guy, and everyone who loves Ring of Honor will love me because I have it now. Doesn't everyone love? He's got Elon Musk brain juice problems.
Yeah, no. But Willow Nightingale was able to hit a comeback, hit a series of strikes, and then hits her own finishing move, and I think it's called, I'm trying to think of the name. I think it's called Skull Bash or something like that.
I have no clue, but I'm about to find out.
Yeah, go right ahead. Go right ahead. As I continue on, we even get a top rope spot during the match as Willow Nightingale hits a Death Valley driver from the top rope into the ring.
Hot damn.
Yes, indeed. I think you're not going to find it there. You're going to find it on a Pro Wrestling Wiki.
Thank you.
Yep, no worries. So make sure you find that. Yeah, there. No, that's not it. Just type in Willow Nightingale Wiki. There. No, right there.
It is.
There. Yeah, you
Thank
keep
you.
scrolling down, you keep finding it. All right, so Athena was able to get her footing back in. She hits her finishing move, the Eclipse. Only got a 2, and surprisingly, Willow Nightingale kicked out after 2. Wait, there's a list of finishing moves. There we go.
Let's see here. There's a finisher, the Dangerous Bay Bomb, the Bay Breaker, Fisherman Suplex, Spinebuster, Cannonball, and Moonsault.
Absolutely none of those, but you know,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine. Maybe it's a little outdated.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, no. The match kept going, and with a great effort from Willow Nightingale, but Athena was able to get to the top rope and hit the Eclipse a second time to pin and retain. Your winner, and still the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, Athena.
Hot damn. Okay, so Athena proved herself to be able to overcome this incredible, irresistible force that is Willow Nightingale. But Willow is gonna keep Athena checking over her shoulder moving forward in the future. So.
Oh yeah, and just to add a little more insult to injury, like it looks like Athena was actually going to show sportsmanship, and she was shaking the hands of Willow Nightingale in the middle of the ring. They both did their whole thing, like yay, pandering to the crowd until Athena attacked Willow Nightingale and knocked her down because she's a heel.
Like a bitch.
Like a bitch. Damn.
What kind of nerves of this woman? Can you believe her?
I know, right? But
right?
Nevertheless, this is a great main event for Ring of Honor. It's kind of funny and ironic that Ring of Honor has better women's wrestling than AEW does.
Remember that line. It will be important later on.
Yes, indeed. Hey, speaking of which, let's talk about this week's edition of AEW Dynamite.
Light the fuse. Whoop. I wish we were still talking to AC. There we go. Light the fuse. Hit the boom. Dynamite.
Here we go.
Here we go.
So the show opens up with an opening one-on-one match for the AEW International Championship as the contender for the title, a high-flying extraordinaire from Ring of Honor, AR Fox, goes one-on-one against the defending champion, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. Okay, so first of all, yes, this week's Dynamite takes place over at the MVP Arena in Albany, New York. So,
All right, so they're out of their Canada tour, I guess.
yes, they
finished Canadaing up.
Their Canada tour is over. They're back in the States.
They're stateside once more.
They're
Okay.
stateside once more. And AR Fox, I think I haven't talked about him enough, but AR Fox, like I said, I wasn't exaggerating when I said he's a high flyer extraordinaire because he has unloaded an arsenal of aerial offense against Orange Cassidy. And he's also leaning more heel in his tactics as well.
Well, that makes a little more sense. I mean,
No one's going to boo Orange Cassidy.
Unless they don't like fun, unless they're not part of the cool kids like the rest of everyone in AEW. Because if you don't like our friends over here, then you don't like the specialist boy, the specialist favorite of the specialist most bestest boy ever, then how dare you? That's a fucking schoolyard attitude that fucking Tony Khan's got. But go on.
But AR Fox is definitely skilled in the ring. He hits a shooting star press from the top rope.
Very nice.
Yeps, indeed. Let's see here. And also, paying homage to RVD, he hits a Rolling Thunder, not in the ring, but on the ring apron to Orange Cassidy.
What?
Yeah.
Ow, dude, no. Do you have any idea how easy it is to slip on the apron? Do you have any idea how much of a hassle, how much of a pain in the ass it is to, like, okay, that is props worthy. I will give AR Fox that is props worthy. Goddamn.
Oh, yeah. But then Orange Cassidy was able to fire back. He was able to hit his the satellite DDT, only getting a 2 count. AR Fox was able to counter Orange Cassidy's orange punch, but then Orange Cassidy bounced back and hit the beach break. AR Fox was able to kick out again. And and AR Fox was was regaining his footing, and it looks like things were going dire for the champ until Orange Cassidy was able to pull another one out of the hat and rolled up in like a mousetrap roll-up pin to retain. Your winner and still the AEW International Champion, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. Oh my goodness, this guy. All right, great opening match. Great opening match as per usual. Of course,
Orange Cassidy's gonna win.
Yeah, of course.
Orange wins, LOL.
Orange wins, LOL. But unfortunately, his celebration was cut short as AR Fox actually turned heel on Orange Cassidy.
Wasn't he already working heel to begin with?
Well, yeah, he was wrestling as a de facto heel because he was originally a babyface, but now he's a full heel because now he's joined Swerve Strickland and the Mogul Embassy.
What the fuck is this? What? Did he just decide to rename his freaking group over here now?
No, they formed a conglomerate because Swerve Strickland joined forces with the Embassy, another group from Ring of Honor. So he's aligned himself with Prince Nana, Brian Cage, and the Gates of Agony.
I'm guessing the Gates of Agony are some sort of big muscly tag team?
Yes.
Okay. What the fuck?
I know. Don't you love it when groups form a conglomerate?
Especially when half of the group isn't on air because they're not on the show, because they're not part of the brand, except when Tony wants to be part of the brand, especially when he wants to have the Ring of Honor TV champion on a TNT and TNT champion, like when he had Samoa Joe be double champion like that, because he's a fucking idiot. But what do I know? I just work on logic. I just work on shit making sense. But go on, please.
No, it's okay. No, Juan's just getting started, folks.
I'm just getting started. Like, you can't begin to imagine how much antidepressants I have to fucking take just to live.
But you know what? We actually get a really exciting match because speaking of Swerve Strickland actually has a one-on-one encounter against his longtime rival in AEW, the former AEW TNT champion, Darby Allin.
All right. At least we got some action going on over here, and Darby Allin, he's a proven bona fide he's a proven bona fide star. It's just a matter of like pairing him up with the right kind of rivalries and the right kind of storylines, the right kind of angles. So him and Swerve Strickland, they've got some conflicts between them. So let's see it.
Absolutely, it was great action, great fast action between both competitors. Really, like I gotta say, it's like thigh slapping worthy of awesome.
Ow.
Yeah, I know, I did that.
Okay, for any of you who knows of the wrestler, the veteran Jack Vaughn, that's his gimmick, and you just infringed on it in the worst way.
Well, at least I don't have his mullet. At least I don't have Dominic's mullet.
Dominic has my mullet! And for the record over here, let me see. In the chat, they're laughing up about the Orange Cassidy thumbs gag. At Lady Christie, at Juancho's rant regarding Tony Khan. Juancho, no, you don't need antidepressants. Why are you depressed? You're loved. I actually have to take it for my neuropathy.
Yes.
It helps with the actual pain.
It helps with
the brain juice regulation is just a bonus, but
folks, you don't understand. Without the medication, I would have to sustain Juan yelling for hours.
Like, okay,
no disrespect, no offense.
No, none taken. We got real with you earlier about how you don't know how push-up bras work. We can get real with me and my meds. The fact of the matter is, I have to take a medication that's supposed to be for people to keep them from having seizures, and I have to take medication that's an antidepressant just to deal with my diabetic neuropathy. Without it, my feet and sometimes my fingers feel like I have them in boiling hot, broken shards of glass.
All right, now
It's a nightmare.
It is a nightmare, but let's get back to the match. That was a pure dream. Darby Allin running a high speed, hits his suicide tackle dive through the ropes. It gets Swerve Strickland the first time, but as Darby was going to do it again, Swerve Strickland actually intercepts Darby midair.
Carrie C's in the chat. Hey up, Carrie C. Sorry, Zay.
Hello, Carrie C. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Swerve Strickland intercepts Darby Allin midair and hits him with a knee to the face. Imagine diving through, doing a suicide dive, only to get hit in the face by someone's knee.
Ow! Wait, hold on. Wait, how did the knee come up? Help me out here.
Swerve Strickland just simply jumped up as Darby Allin was about to make impact.
Okay, so Darby Allin with his suicide dive through the ropes. The trajectory would have had him like landing with like a tackle, but instead Swerve Strickland just jumped up with his legs together and his knees, causing Darby Allin to run face first into Swerve Strickland's knees. Did I get that right?
Correct. Also, hello Vicente Guerrero. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Vicente Guerrero. Hey up there, man. How's it going? Welcome to the chat.
Welcome.
Dear God. Okay, that's hardcore. It doesn't need to be like weapons and fire and like blood 2x4s for something to be hardcore. That's just something audacious and crazy.
Absolutely, but the action doesn't stop there. It looks like things were trending upward for Swerve as he's about to go in for his double foot stomp finishing move. He hits it, but Darby Allin kicks out after 2.
You gotta be shitting me after that?
After that. And both of these guys kept brawling until and we actually got another top rope spot, but this time Swerve Strickland got the better of Darby Allin, and get this, he hits Darby Allin with a top rope Death Valley driver onto the ring apron.
Ugh. Fuck. Ow. Dear God. And you're smiling. You're laughing. This makes you laugh. You're a sick freak. You are sick of the brain, man. How dare you?
Hey, man, I love
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
Hey, man, I like good wrestling. I can't help it.
That's freaking barbaric, man. But it's a good way.
In a good way. And yeah. And looks like both guys were down. Prince Nana was at ringside, and he was irate at what he saw. And just as Darby Allin was about to get back into the ring, he was attacked by an unknown assailant who was masked, who attacked Darby Allin at ringside. The referee didn't see it.
So we got 2 sets of unknown assailants. One on NXT was a tag team that attacked the Dyad, and another who's a single fucking guy attacking this dude over here. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
What's going on?
Yep. Swerve Strickland took advantage of this and hit his finishing move to pin and win. Your winner, Swerve Strickland.
Okay, that if it wasn't for the interference, I would have said solid match, excellent work. It would have been fine for him to cheat some other way, but interference.
Oh, but Juancho, here's where things get different, because the assailant has been revealed as AR Fox, the guy who lost to Orange Cassidy in the opening match of Dynamite.
So immediately after losing to Orange Cassidy,
thank you.
He goes on and puts on a freaking ski mask or something, jumps Darby Allin, and joins up with Swerve Strickland?
That's right.
What the fuck? Okay. Okay, I can understand wanting to try to, like, have a little more interconnectivity between storylines and stuff. That just feels a little ham-fisted. I don't know.
No. I completely understand. But the match itself was pretty damn good. Swerve Strickland and Darby Allin, they know how to put on great, like, high-flying technical action. It's awesome. I love it.
No, the in-ring work couldn't, and the suicide day thing, so I guess that's out-ring work. Undeniable. No notes. That's not an issue. I just feel like the way it ended feels a little off.
Everything after the fact. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Understandable. All right, but now let's get to the exciting segment, because, oh boy, this is one of the best storylines that AEW has done in 2023. We're going to hear more from the number 1 contenders for the AEW World Tag Team titles, MJF, the AEW World Champion, and Adam Cole, baby.
Holy shit. Oh my God, look at that. They have matching jackets now. This is adorable. I'm going to cry and die a little inside when they break up.
I was inaccurate in my report.
Yeah, no, and you're right. Tam, Swerve Strickland, or Darby Allin, 2 excellent showmen right there.
Yes. Now, I was wrong last week because their match with FTR for the AEW World Tag Titles is happening this Saturday, not last Saturday. This Saturday.
Okay, so there's gonna be a little more time before they actually take this opportunity on this. Okay.
Absolutely, and both the number one contenders got their chance to cut a promo on FTR. MJF started first, running down both members of FTR, calling them just a bunch of lackeys, and that being part of the pinnacle, being with MJF, was the absolute pinnacle of their career.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, at least that's a little more acknowledgement of the past between the two of them, so I get that.
He also made fun of Cash Wheeler's mullet, which is an insult to guys wearing mullets.
How dare you, Maxwell?
Case in point, the aforementioned Juan Rouse.
How dare you? You take that back, you dirty, filthy boy. You dirty, dirty boy, you. How dare you?
Well, hang on a minute, Juan.
At least we ain't got pubic fro heads like you, Maxwell.
Well, hang on a minute, Juan. Would you defend Dominic Mysterio's mullet?
No, the motherfucker stole my mullet. I'll shave his head ass bald. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, God. MJF then finished his part of the promo saying that he will knock Dax's teeth that he will not punch his throat so hard that he's gonna be coughing up CM Punk's jockstrap.
Wow, dick. Obviously, alluding to CMFTR, but like, ow, you douchebag.
What a douchebag.
How's Adam Cole dealing with all this? Because MJF is dominating, healing it up.
Well, Adam Cole actually respects FTR, and yeah, no, his is pretty straightforward. Like, hey, man, he's looking to become champion, and after they were then talking about FTR, they started talking about each other, and they were admitting, like, oh, they were admitting that, they're best friends, and, they're going to make...
They're so going to break up in the worst way.
And MJF was trying to say from the bottom of his heart, like, hey, man, listen, after this is over, I'm going to give you a shot at the AEW World title. I'm going to give you what you deserve.
Bro.
However, not happy with this little kumbaya segment was Roderick Strong, Adam Cole's friend, who came down and he started yelling at MJF, saying like, "No, he's gonna turn on you. Watch out." MJF, I kid you not, he literally called Roderick Strong an original caw. An original, for those who don't know, that's a wrestling gaming term for original create a wrestler.
CAW, create a wrestler. So caw.
He called him a caw.
Caw!
Oh, God.
How dare he? Like, you default caw? What the fuck? That is such a out-of-pocket fucking insult, but it works. Also, if he sent it in the chat, spot with Darby hitting a move and then still taking a brutal move from Swerve Strickland was almost like a Jeff Hardy flashback. Jeff went for a dive. Steve Blackman caught his leg slammed Jeff head first into the ring steps. Ooh, I remember that.
I remember that, too. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, I totally understand that, dude. So, but still, that was an excellent match.
And on the other side of the spectrum, we got an interview with FTR. By the way, both teams were interviewed by Renee Paquette.
Hi, Renee.
Yes. FTR got a chance to talk. And of course, they respect Adam Cole, but they were primarily mad at MJF. Everything comes back to MJF.
Because he's a little shitheel. They're going to break up in the worst way, and it's going to break everybody's heart. But that merch sale,
I know, right? No, FTR made it very clear that they're going to humble MJF. They're going to beat his, give him the spanking that he definitely deserves. And yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. Great promo segments back to back, on par with the back to back video package for the NXT Women's Title. This was another great way to hype up the World Tag Titles for this Saturday at Collision.
Yeah, no kidding. So I guess it's a hell of a way to set yourself up for an excellent tag team match, player. Holla, holla.
Holla, holla, indeed.
If you sent in the chat, Tam is saying those were the days. Yeah, during the Attitude Era. We sent in the chat, if Tony Khan knows what's great as far as the team goes, do not break up CMFTR. Fuck TYB. Thank the hell out of you.
Yes!
Fuck the Bucks.
Fuck the Bucks. All right. Now, I mentioned this earlier that, there are moments where in professional wrestling where women's wrestling can draw and can be a big deal if produced well. And it's very important that we bring this up because we are coming up on the 200th episode of AEW Dynamite, which will be next week at the Youngling Center in Tampa, Florida.
That's in our turf.
That's
oh,
right.
Shit.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah. No, it's the two. No, we not the one.
Okay.
All right, but don't do it yet.
No, I know.
Yeah. So yeah, it's another huge milestone for AEW. 200 episodes of Dynamite. Pretty cool, and they've been around for almost 4 years now. However, in the time that the AEW has been floating around since its inception in January of 2019, there's still persistent problems with the promotion that has not been addressed. Case in point, this was not a good match for this week's Dynamite. And it's a women's match between Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Taya Valkyrie, La Huera Loca.
Listen, on paper, freaking Taya Valkyrie and Britt Baker, and if you put it on paper on its own, it's a fucking it's a slam dunk. It's a surefire win. It's a surefire like barn burner of a match, right? One would imagine. Both these women are iconic. Both these women are badass bitches.
Yes.
Both these women are incredible performers in the ring. So fucking you would think that they could have an excellent match between the two of them. So how the hell did this pooch get screwed?
Well, Juancho, with AEW's track record of mishandling the women's division, unfortunately for this specific match, let's see here. I'm trying to see how long this match. Oh wow, it doesn't even give me a time card. Well, let's just say this: the match didn't last long. In fact, the match was very clunky. There were spots during the match that were very clunky. It's also important to note that Dr. Britt Baker is working with a potential lower back injury, the same lower back injury that sidelined Thunder Rosa in 2022, and she was forced to vacate the AEW Women's World Title.
So why the hell is Britt Baker still working over here? Why can't she take a break?
Honestly,
is she just trying to like be a badass and like, no, I can tough through it? Yo, I appreciate it, but you're working for a money mark. Just tell him, ouch, I sprained I sprained my toe. I'm gonna have to be out for 10 months or some shit, and he'll buy it. He's that stupid. Or something like that. I don't fucking know. Point is, like, you can take that time. It won't be the end of the world, and no one's gonna have lack of respect of Britt Baker if she's healing up, for crying out loud.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Also,
and Taya Valkyrie is not a bad wrestler. I mean, they're both former world champions in their own right.
Also, in the chat, let me see here. Tam is saying, Tam, yeah, looks amazing so far. I agree. And Vicente, Taya must be better be getting paid well for jumping to AEW from Impact Wrestling. Has mostly jobbed off in AEW thus far. Yeah,
she has mostly. Yeah, she is. Her stock has fallen since losing to Jamie Hayter for the AEW Women's World Title and losing to Chris Statlander for the TBS title. And this match was definitely not good. And near the end of the match, Taya Valkyrie was going to go for the bridge to Valhalla, or the gates to Valhalla move, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But Dr. Britt Baker countered it, but it looked like a very bad miscalculation. The whole match was botchy, very botchy. Matthew has new material to work on now. Thanks, AEW.
Actually, yes, because we do love botchamania over here.
Yep, Dr. Britt Baker then locked in the lockjaw submission hold and forced Taya Valkyrie to tap out. Your winner by submission, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And the crowd, the fans of Albany, New York, were so riled up about it that it prompted one of the fans to put up this sign, which the AEW camera crew actually zoomed in on. I'm not sure if that was done on purpose or if the crew members were inept, but the sign says it all.
Book the women's division better. Yeah, no, we can't say that any we can't say that any better, any more succinctly. It's clear that the booking works out. Maybe Britt and Taya, they were having miscommunications. Maybe Britt Baker, maybe she's got if she's working through injuries, maybe she's like pain pilled up to the gills. I don't fucking know. I don't want to assume anything. I'm just trying to find what the most logical reason for these two incredible athletes, these two women who've been honing their craft for forever and a day, to have, I wouldn't even want to call it a lackluster match. It's a freaking substance. It lacks substance. Like it feels like the match felt like it was a couple of trainees who've been working and bumping for 2 months at the WCW power plant or something.
Now, while AEW is not the
sorry. Speaking of which, in the chat, we said to LOL, Britt Fake Injury Baker DMD, she would pull a WCW move.
I
get
but now,
it.
of course, AEW is not the first and only nor last wrestling promotion to have women's wrestling fumble. But considering that this has been a persistent problem that's happened for years and
since the beginning,
and nothing has been done about it, like, this is a very bad trend for AEW.
But it's not one that apparently warrants enough attention from the fans, except for this one lone soul who is anonymously shadowed by his own sign, so we don't know who the hell this hero is. But for the love of God, it's not enough for the rest of the fans who couldn't really give 2 squirts of piss, and it's definitely not enough for Tony to fucking do anything about it, because it's not his fucking priority.
Oh yeah, Tony Khan really speaks for us, the fans.
That's why he's giving us Orange Cassidy as the opening match, winning all the time, every single chance he gets, and why he books the Elite on like the most unstoppable heroes of ever. But if there's ever any cheating, or if there's anyone else who comes up that actually performs better than they do, then they're toxic and they're the most horrible. It's like, motherfuck.
No, it's called we're voicing our opinions, we're voicing our concerns as fans, as your audience,
as the people who want to enjoy this shit. I said it before. Britt Baker can put on a barn burner. Taya Valkyrie, she can put on fucking barn burners over there. What the hell happened where these 2 ladies couldn't make it work? Is it up to them? Is it their fault? Is it the fault of Tony Khan being a coked out dweeb and shitty booker? Is it Kenny Oblivious, who was, if I'm not mistaken, was originally supposed to be part of AEW's backstage team, specifically booking the women, which explains why we don't have any more Riho or any Maki Ito or any of the other
I
Joshi
think we should
women.
safely assume that Tony Khan has taken over the booking for that.
I don't know if that's a positive or a negative over here. Vicente in the chat caught that sign too. To be honest, Impact has a way better, has a better women's division than AEW. NXT 2.0 would maybe even be better than Uncle Tony's girls.
The Impact Knockouts division, awesome. The WWE Women's Division are a couple of notches above Impact, but AEW's Women's Division desperately needs improvement. They need an overhaul.
They need a serious overhaul. They need something to get it straight. Tam Tam's got the right idea. She's got the slurs emoji up.
Oh my goodness.
God damn it. Angel would be happy. And Vicente, now would be the good time to use Abaddon and Riho more. Actually, yeah, Abaddon, she's been getting in some serious hardcore shape. She is a freaking fiend. That would be a great person. Like, who am I thinking of?
What, to face Abaddon?
No. That Abaddon would be like a monster heel, just like what's her name was when she was AEW Women's Champion.
A monster heel.
Shit. Not Awesome Kong. Shit. I'm blanking.
Nyla Rose?
Nyla Rose. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Why did I You see what I mean? This is a fucking problem, Tony. Nyla Rose is a beast, and you can't book her, and apparently Riho can't even show up on TV anymore, and Abaddon has been lost in the fucking ether. So what the fuck? What the literal fuck, man?
Trust me. I think at some point very soon we might have to address the persisting issues of AEW. But for right now, let's go ahead and move on to a segment that I really don't care for. Because, okay, folks, let's talk about Chris Jericho. After all, Chris Jericho has been part of the wrestling.
Canada, baby.
He's been part of the wrestling business for over 30 years now. At this point, he would warrant being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Would you agree?
Canada.
Yeah, he invented whatever.
No, that's an ancient joke over here from the internet over here.
Yeah, I know. He's a multi-time Intercontinental Champion, a 10-time Intercontinental Champion, which is an amazing feat, and he's never gonna shut up about it. The first man to beat Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock in one night to become the first ever undisputed WWE World Champion.
Yeah, no, that's something that he will never ever live down. Oh yeah, no. Like this is from an old joke for like how he was talking about in his gimmick how he invented all this other shit in the ring and inventing all this stuff. Somebody actually went on his Wikipedia and on his biography saying like his real name, Chris Irving, personal life. His father, Ted Irving, is a former NHL player, though he was born in the prominent Long Island neighborhood of Manhasset in New York. Chris Irving was raised in Winnipeg, Manitoba after inventing Canada.
That's pretty dope.
It-
and throughout Chris Jericho's career in wrestling in the WWE, you know, he's had to take time off and come back, and he's reinvented himself with gimmick after gimmick after gimmick, which is impressive for him, right?
Yeah, but if you have to go that far out of your way to do so many hard reinventions kind of thing, like at this stage it feels like he's grasping onto relevance. It feels like he's grasping onto his youth. It feels like he's having a midlife crisis.
Well, right now we're talking about Jericho in his time in WWE up until 2017.
Okay, that felt a little bit more like he was trying to, well, he was playing a part rather than being a proper pro wrestler.
Yeah,
where he was like dancing around with Kevin Owens and stuff.
And when he broke away from WWE to challenge Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 12 in 2018, that was freaking awesome. That was great. Would you agree?
It was cool.
It was cool.
I didn't have a problem with that at all.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the success of with the success of Jericho versus Omega, and the success of the independent pay-per-view event All In, that provided the catalyst that that eventually formed All Elite Wrestling.
But Jose, you're forgetting the most important part. You can't have All Elite Wrestling without the Elite.
Well, yeah, that's why I mentioned All In, because of course the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes, who was part of the Elite at the time.
Yeah, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Cody Rhodes. Yeah,
they
Don't
all
forget
had
Cody, bitches.
Don't forget Cody. Yeah, give credit where credit's due. So yeah. And, you know, Chris Jericho's run on AEW, at the beginning it was cool. I actually liked the Inner Circle faction. The Inner Circle was actually pretty cool, right? I liked it.
But then it started to fizzle.
It was, and then it started to fizzle. He got into a feud with MJF, and it regained interest, but then it fizzled out, and we were cursed with the group that is the Jericho Appreciation Society.
And that one's clearly the most ridiculous circle jerk I've ever heard.
But it looks, but in the past couple of weeks, Chris Jericho has been in talks with the Invisible Hand job, Don Callis, and joining his enterprise, which does leave a lot of doubt and dissension in the ranks of the Jericho Appreciation Society until Wednesday night.
So last night.
Yes, until last night. So in this segment, oh my goodness.
Oh, by the way, real quick, Tam is over here about to vomit because we mentioned Jericho. That is amazing for sure. Okay, about Jericho's accomplishments. And Vince, if he sent it, Abaddon and Jesus Christ in almost the same sentence. Careful, one. I do not want Abaddon to burst into flames.
Wow.
Maybe she will.
So the remaining, so Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara have basically pieced out of Chris Jericho, and the remaining members of the Jericho, and so has Jake Hager, and the remaining members of the Jericho Appreciation Society. You have Angelo Parker, Matt Bernard, Anna Jay, and Ty Mello, who is pregnant right now, and she still has a baby that's coming along. So, yeah, that's happening. So yeah, they're all doubting Jericho, and even Anna Jay got up and told her, "Listen, for the longest time, we've been appreciating you, but I don't think you appreciate us."
That's the whole point. He doesn't. Did they just now understand the joke that we are all in on with that? All in on about the Jericho Appreciation Society. It's a circle jerk gimmick of a faction. It is literally a faction designed around the idea of everyone worship my scrot, and everyone, and I'm going to raise you all to relevance and superstardom by having you worship my scrotum.
But it looks like none
of them fucking got any proper pushes. None of them got proper fucking experience.
Well, save
none
for
of them
Sammy.
got who?
Save for Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, but that's because he fucking tried to break out on his own before that. And none of them really got much more respect or any more additional like cachet with the audience, no matter how many one-piece rompers and purple hats Jericho stuffed everyone in. In the chat, Vicente over here, Tam is saying that you're right over here, Jose, and she's laughing with me. And Vicente in the chat, I can almost see a swerve coming. Jericho seems like he's going to join Don Callis. That in an actual good non-Russo swerve. Chris beats on Don Callis or 6 other Joss guys on Callis.
Oh, man, we got a newcomer here. Jeremy Hank, welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Hi there, Jeremy Hank. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. We're talking about Jericho's segment with the remaining members of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Who the fuck is this guy in the suspenders again?
The guy in the suspenders is Cool Hand Angelo Parker, and the guy in the red jacket is Magic Matt Bernard.
Okay, so people that we didn't know about, couldn't have cared about, and because of Chris Jericho, could care even less about.
Now, we can't rag on Ty Mello, okay? Because
yeah,
because she has actually worked her ass off to try and be a better wrestler since being fired from WWE.
I can make fun of her all I want, mainly because she got herself suckered in by the Joss.
Okay, fair enough. And then everyone left Jericho, and then Jericho tried to stop Matt Bernard, saying like, "Hey man, you think this is easy?" To which Matt just said, "Yeah, I think it is. Figure it out." Damn, Jericho, like a father who let his children down. Oh my goodness. I could care less about the Jericho Appreciation Society. Like, Jericho had my interest with the inner circle, okay?
Then why are you wearing his Alpha Club shirt?
Because I yearn for the days when Jericho actually brought awesomeness to wrestling.
Okay, but why didn't you wear your inner circle shirt?
Because this is a little more on the nose.
You forgot where you put it, didn't you?
No, I know where I put it, but I wanted to wear this because, this was more on the nose, on point to what we're talking about. The main subject matter is Chris Jericho and his creative creative ideas and lack thereof. Or rather, he had ideas, but not a lot of help me out here.
He had no filter.
Yeah, no filter.
Okay, so he's got a Vince Russo problem. He's got a lot of crazy ideas, and he's got an owner who will let him run a rough shot because he's Chris Jericho, but just because he has a lot of crazy ideas doesn't mean that they all work. You need a filter. You need to actually execute it in a way.
Oh my God, Vicente Guerrero, LOL, you're an asshole. Matt wasn't honest.
Was so honest there.
Yep. Wait, you called me an asshole?
Yeah. No. Oh wait, am I an asshole?
Am I an asshole, or is Juan an asshole?
Is that an asshole? Are we like Is Jericho an asshole? Well, yeah, he is.
Hey, what
Jeremy Hank is asking, did anybody like Big Bill and Brian Cage as a tag team? Big Bill.
Okay, I like Brian Cage. He's great. We are not fans of Big Bill for a variety of reasons.
Namely, he's a dipshit of a human being.
Yes.
Yes, he can be very nice, and yes, he's got a very, sympathetic story with people and stuff like that. Yeah, he's still a dipshit. If he hadn't changed how he treats people, then I'm not going to fucking get behind that. But that's another story for another time. Oh, Jericho asshole comment. That's what you meant. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
okay.
Of course Jericho's
we were about to Spider-Man point at each other. Are you the asshole? Am I the asshole? You? Are you the asshole? Is Jericho the asshole? Is the audience an asshole? I don't know.
Are we surrounded by... We're surrounded by assholes.
Yeah. How many assholes do we even have on this show?
Yo! Oh, I can't believe it. I'm surrounded by assholes. Keep commenting, assholes! All right, now let's get to the main event of AEW Dynamite, and it is a triple threat tag team match.
Don't you mean a trios match?
No, it's triple threat tag team. Tag team versus tag team versus tag team.
Oh, okay. It's a three-way tag team match. Okay, thank you. Holla, holla, holla.
Representing the Blackpool Combat Club, the Death Rider, Jon Moxley, and the Ring of Honor World Champion, Claudio Castagnoli, versus the Lucha Brothers, Penta El Cero Miedo and Rey Fenix, versus representing Best Friends, Trent Beretta, and Chuck Taylor.
All right, so we got Luchadors, we have Mama's Boys, and we have a guy who really does know how to make sense, but he's stuck with deathmatch wannabe boy. All right, let's go. And yes, you're right, Tam. That does make much more sense, Lamau.
This match was all over the place. So many spots between three of the teams, and it looks like it was off to a pretty good start. The Blackpool Combat Club was able to regain control during the commercial break, isolating Chuck Taylor, specifically focusing on putting the hurt on the best friends. And it looks like things were not looking so good. Then the Lucha Brothers tagged themselves in, and they were a ball of fire, unleashing an array of offense against the Blackpool Combat Club. Let's see. I'm trying to remember here because there was so much shit that happened. Oh, it's crazy. It's all convoluted.
So it was one of those nights.
It's one of those matches, and I try my best to try and focus. You know. I do try my best. And yet, despite all the struggles, like even during the match, because it's a thing with the best friends, Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor, they hugged it out in the middle of the ring with the camera zooming outwards. Because
why?
It's their thing. It's their tradition.
Okay, fantastic.
Because
do
they're
they
best.
Not remember that they are in the middle of a match.
But they're best friends, Juan. It's friendship. When was the last time you embraced your best friend?
I embrace you and Angel all the time. Y'all are my best friends. You're my brothers. Literally.
Well, we didn't have a camera pan out.
Yeah, that's because nobody works the camera when I'm in front of it. Come on, give me a break here.
Okay.
All right, go on.
All right, getting back to it. I jest, of course. And just as it looked like the Blackpool Combat Club was about to win, then out comes the AEW International Champion himself, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. Get out of here. Stop that! You're already taking it up TV time. Go away. Orange Cassidy came down to the ring, but then Jon Moxley went to immediately put the beat down on the international champion, beating him up before he got to the ring. Unfortunately, that left Claudio Castagnoli all alone as he was still fighting off one of the best friends at ringside, whereas the Lucha Brothers turned their attention onto Chuck Taylor. They were able to isolate Chuck Taylor from everybody else. Penta El Cero Miedo was able to hit the Fear Factor pile driver to pin and win. Your winners, the Lucha Brothers.
Holy shit. Okay. I did not see that coming. Neither the Goofy Boys nor the hardcore mofos over here.
I half agree with you, Jeremy. I like the Lucha Brothers. They're my favorite #1 tag team in AEW. And I disagree with you. Claudio can cut a promo. It's just, it's like, of course, his Swiss accent.
He can cut a promo. It's not even the accent. He just doesn't like to have to cut a promo over here. And then you have Jon Moxley, who, if he's not bleeding in every match, it's not real. It's like his dissertation of pro wrestling. If there's no blood, then it's not real because contact sport means blood. All right. That's not a fucking joke, by the way. He was interviewed in a Sports Illustrated online article, and that was almost a quote, word for word, because of how he treats pro wrestling, why he has to bleed all the time. I just thought he was a fucking vampire, but apparently he's doing this for a scientific purpose. In the chat, let me take a look over here.
What did Vicente say?
Jeremy Hawk, these crap makes no sense. Vicente was saying Big Bill seems in interviews like has changed for the better after kicking his alcoholic shit. Yes, he's no longer breaking bathroom doors down on planes. Okay, that's better.
It's an improvement.
That is an improvement. We'll give the credit where credit's due. Jeremy Hawk, Claudio still can't talk on the mic like I like Penta and Ray Phoenix. Next week, anything goes 3-way.
Oh yeah,
Mox versus Penta versus Trent.
Oh yeah, and after the match, there was of course our time-honored tradition in wrestling. Juancho, say it with me. Pier 6 brawl. 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 Yep, the three teams
bedlam. Gotta love it.
The three teams continue to fight at ringside, and yes, Excalibur announced it on commentary that he just got off the call with Tony Khan. Yeah, sure. That on next week's edition of Dynamite, the 200th episode, it'll be an anything goes triple threat match between Penta El Cero Miedo and also between, let's see here, Jon Moxley, Penta El Cero Miedo, and Trent Beretta.
Let me see. Also in the chat, Tam's throwing up the Wrestle Rewind title belt emoji. Excellent. Thank you for that. And we also have Vicente in the chat. It was great seeing Pentagon and Phoenix win. Reminds me of their Lucha Underground booking. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, FTR, they're close second. But my favorite number one tag team in AEW, the Lucha Brothers. They're fucking awesome.
This indeed they are. So the right people win. Excellent.
All right. Now let's go ahead and now we finally put Dynamite to bed. Let's go ahead and move on to this week's edition of Impact Wrestling.
All right, so Impact again. The Impact doesn't get enough love these days.
All right, Juancho, we're done. All right, Juancho. Now we're back to women's wrestling being good because now we're gonna. Oh wait, hang on a minute.
What's this? Drew Ferrari in the chat. Hey, up there, Drew Ferrari. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. They're asking us, "Sup, guys? How you feel about Brian Pillman Jr. on his way to NXT?" Shake my head. Tony Khan better be careful. All his people are leaving soon.
That is true. Well, a lot of contracts are actually coming up to expire in AEW, and Brian Pillman's contract has expired. Is one of them. Brian Pillman Jr., the son of the late Brian Pillman, who was known as a loose cannon. He was part of the Four Horsemen and the Hart Foundation in wrestling between WCW and WWE. Brian Pillman Jr., he had his time in AEW as part of the Varsity Blondes, but the tag team, like many things on the roster, got lost in the shuffle. They were left to wither on the vines.
It's just gone. It's just freaking gone.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Brian Pillman working for the WWE would be great for him. I mean, they're likely going to tell him to change his name.
I hope not. Brian Pillman Jr. is clearly the best thing for him to be. Don't fucking change his name. I swear to God, if they make him change his name, the crowd is just going to keep calling him Brian Pillman.
That is true, but we'll see what happens. Personally, I think it's good for him. I would like to see Brian Pillman Jr. in the WWE. I think it would be great. I think he would be featured more prominently than he was in AEW because, man, that's the problem with it. That's another problem with AEW. There's just too many people, too many bodies. AEW has no shortage of talent, but what's the point in all the talent if you can't showcase them effectively?
Especially considering that he's got now 3 shows with a total of, let me see here, like 6 hours of Rampage. It runs for 1 hour or 2.
1.
Okay, yeah. So a total of 5 hours worth of airtime every week.
Wait, hang on a minute. Are we counting Ring of Honor? No, Ring of Honor.
No, we're not counting Ring of Honor because Ring of Honor is not on TV. The fact of the matter is, it's insane over here. Also, hello there. Let me see here. Oh, Vicente saying John Moxley could get slapped by Darby Allin once and John would blade heavily. Yeah, he definitely would.
Oh, also, looks like we got another newcomer here, Dirk Benson.
Hello there, Dirk Benson. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. They're asking us, sup Ravens flock, how you feel about Jack Perry's character? And I have an idea since he's Hollywood. How about him and Anna Jay and Hollywood Dark Ryan Nemeth as 70210 group, like his dad's TV show?
Oh, that's a little on the nose.
That would be it would be a little obvious.
I'm all up.
But it would be interesting.
It would be interesting. I'm all for a ridiculous, like Hollywood-based, like entourage group, kind of like how the Miz had the Miztourage in the WWE. I'm all for it here, but that's leaning a little too heavy
the fact that Jack Perry is the son of Luke Perry from 90210.
Yeah,
it's like.
And you also have to consider today's demographic of wrestling fans. How many wrestling fans in this age actually saw 90210?
Or are aware of Beverly Hills 90210 in the extent that they know, oh, hey, Jack Perry, he's the son of Luke Perry, who was a part of Beverly Hills 90210. Like, it's a lot more dots that folks would need to connect to make that gimmick work. They can allude to it if they do that, but I don't know whether or not if it would work as like a gimmick idea. Let's get into Impact over here.
All right.
Vicente, WWE let Brian Pillman Jr. keep his name and do not lose his first name after a few months. Pillman.
Oh, God, no. So, in an example of women's wrestling done right, we start things off with a Knockouts tag team match.
Holla, holla.
The team of the former Impact Knockouts tag team champions, the Coven, going up against Danny Luna, representing Subculture, and the Impact Knockouts World Champion, Trinity.
All right, so starting off the show with a strong Knockouts showing, all 4 of these women excellent wrestlers on their own, excellent wrestlers in the ring. Let's see how well this works together.
This was
we'll get to the comments again in a moment over here, guys.
Oh, no. This was a great opening tag match that went past the commercial break. Danny Luna displaying her power as part of the good girls team. Definitely unloaded her power moves against both Taylor Wilde and Kylan King. Kylan King was able to match Danny Luna in a test of strength because they're both strong women, of course. But getting back to it, but then Trinity gets into hot tag as Danny Luna was struggling. Trinity gets into hot tag and she unloads a series of kicks. She's just a powder keg full of 7 colors of the rainbow, as one would say. And she unloaded all the fury against the Coven. And in the end, Trinity has Taylor Wilde in her sights and locks in her submission hold called the Starstruck to force. To force Taylor Wilde to tap out. Your winners, Danny Luna and Trinity.
Hot damn. Okay, so good showing over here. It looks like the Coven's power is being challenged over here. Let me see. Dirk Benson in the chat likes Impact likes Taylor Wilde since the TNA days. Danny Luna's growing on me. We all know about Trinity. Yep, bar none. Let me see. They also said, and also, do you think Lance Archer needs to be repackaged and leave Jake the Snake Roberts side, or Jake create a Snake Pit faction to take down Powerhouse
I
Hobbs?
think at this point we might need to split up Lance Archer from Jake the Snake Roberts. I think
neither one is helping each other out very well. Also, Vicente, nice to see Danny Luna is more than just a great green hair power move women. Yep.
Oh no, she's plenty. She's all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah.
But of course, the celebration was cut short. Yeah, the celebration was cut short because out comes La Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo. She came down to the ring and she made it plain and simple. She wants her rematch for the Impact Knockouts Championship at Emergence at the end of August.
All right, so the challenge has been laid down. I like that.
Absolutely, we're getting Trinity versus Purrazzo round 2, and it's also important to note that on their first match at their first encounter at Slammiversary, Trinity won by forcing La Virtuosa to tap out.
Holy shit, that is incredible. Also, we have another some other folks in the chat over here. Victor Ganfisto and Dee Coleman are in the chat. Welcome to you both. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
All right. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying the Impact portion of this wrestling review. Hope you stick around for it. We're going to keep going, Juancho, because let's get to an exciting match of the night. Another tag match player.
Holla, holla.
We got the team of the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers, and Moose versus the Time Splitters.
Yes!
We got the team of Kushida and the Impact World Champion, Alex Shelley.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
All right.
So, yeah, obviously, we've made no efforts in trying to hide the fact we love the Time Splitters. We love the Time Machine, the 3-man team of the Motor City Machine Guns with Kushida. It's cake.
It's amazing. It's pure magic when they're in the ring.
Exactly. And the fact that, they're Dee Coleman with a $3 super chat throwing up the rocker horns over here.
Hells yeah!
We appreciate that. Edge would be proud. Alex Shelley, what a legend. And Victor is over here saying, you two are my favorite in review, LOL.
Oh, thank you.
Kushida finally got a character. Yes, the better Wheeler Yuta.
Oh!
Ow.
Damn.
That hurts. All right, let's get this match in.
All right, this was such a great match. We got a great start with the Time Machine getting the upper hand, getting the upper advantage. The Time Splitters hitting all their moves, which looks similar to the Motor City Machine Guns moves, but it makes sense. It's cool because the Time Splitters working on Brian Myers, and then Brian Myers tried to run around in ringside. Alex Shelley went to chase right after him. We watched his match. He went to chase right after him, but then Moose knocked down Alex Shelley.
Ow, shit.
And when they got back from commercial break, Moose and Brian Myers were working over Alex Shelley, keeping him away from Kushida. And Brian and Myers were tagged back in, and then something weird happened. We were expecting this match to actually go the distance, but then
the match suddenly kind of ended.
The match suddenly ended with Alex Shelley rolling up Brian Myers to pin and win. Your winners, the Time Splitters.
Yeah, so it kind of felt a little awkward because it came up out of nowhere, but that actually fed into what happened later immediately after the match. Real quick, let me get the chat over here. Thank you so much, Didi, for the super chat. Thank you, Nikki Bella, for pointing him out. Victor Ganfisto, Moose is my favorite. Didi Coleman, my pleasure. Thank you for that. Vicente, Father James Mitchell, yes, the Sinister Minister, brought back 2 women to jump the death ball months ago. Sad, but I'm guessing those 2 from the NWA got fired after 3 weeks.
Oof.
Well, to be fair, Moose knocks down everyone. Yeah, he does. That's that's his MO.
That's his
You
MO.
can't really say that comes out of nowhere, but then again, the way the match ended did come out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
Moose and Myers were so pissed off though.
Moose and Myers were so pissed off. We got a huge beat down on the baby faces as Moose, Brian Myers, and Bully Ray put the hurting on the Time Splitters, and shortly after, Leo Rush, the X Division champion, joined in on the proceedings and helped with the beatdown.
However, the Canadian machine himself, the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, came in to try to help, but it still wasn't enough.
Yep, it still wasn't enough. We need one more buddy in there to even the odds.
All right, so who else are we gonna have in there?
Coming back fresh from his 2-week injury from Slammiversary, the former Impact X Division champion, Chris Sabin.
Holy shit. So now we've got the full time machine and Josh Alexander, the longest reigning Impact World Champion, facing down Leo Rush, Moose and Myers, and Bully Ray.
Oh yeah. And when all the baby faces were in the ring, they singled out Leo Rush in the middle of the ring, and Chris Sabin went to town, knocked Leo Rush on his ass before throwing him out of the ring, with the baby faces standing tall at the end of the segment.
Very nice, and yeah, it makes sense. It works for how the match ended. The fact that the match ended in such a haphazard kind of it felt like somebody. Okay, I'm gonna be graphic here. It's like somebody was jerking you off and then stopped halfway. That's how that felt.
Wancho, I think we've already passed the graphic barrier when you mentioned about Jericho's scrotum.
Yeah. Good point.
You're good.
Good point. But point is, like, the match itself wasn't the point of this segment on tonight's show of Impact. The fact that we had Chris Sabin return with the full force of the Time Machine, with Josh Alexander facing down Bully Ray, Leo Rush, and Moose and Myers over here. In the chat, Jeremy Hank, LOL, guys, you hear Bully Ray said he wished he went to AEW to get 2 million viewers.
No!
Listen, Bully Ray, my brother, Bubba, buddy, my man, my brother in Christ, my brother from another mother.
Oh my God.
Listen. You are a bona fide legend. You are a certified champion. No one's going to take that away from you. But there isn't a whole holy heck of hell that can help AEW get 2 million viewers, especially now that they have CM Punk exclusively on AEW Collision. There's no way in hell that Dynamite's going to get 2 million viewers.
Nope.
They're struggling just to get 1 million viewers every week.
They were able to hit the 2 million mark from last week's Blood and Guts, from what I've read.
Yeah, but that was because of the Blood and Guts match. It wasn't because the rest of the matches were all of that hot. They dedicated a whole hour, and they even almost went overtime, even with that. So what the fuck?
That is true. But getting back to your point, go on.
The point is, Bully, you've got the touch, but you ain't got the power. Travis Richardson in the chat. Hey up there, Travis Richardson. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. They're over here saying, "Sup, Ravensflock. I'm new here. You here on Sean, the Great American Bash interview, said he wants the Brawling Brutes, Sheamus and Imperium and Shelton. Benjamin, how you guys feel about anybody if they want to come?"
Well, here's the thing. I think it's not the first time that they've done this. WWE NXT has had a history of wrestlers from Raw and SmackDown to come over and visit for a while, just to help freshen up the roster and to help with TV ratings.
For example, we've got the Judgment Day running roughshod on NXT.
Yes, indeed.
Baron Corbin, apparently he's relevant somehow.
Baron Corbin is trying to repackage himself.
And so is Dana Brooke. She's trying to repackage herself. We mentioned how she was in a match with Cora Jade earlier tonight, and how that match, it's fine, but it could have been padded out, and it could have been a great Great American Bash match between her and Dana Brooke.
I think that it would be awesome. I think that it's a great idea. In fact, I actually read that apparently the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes will be opening this year's Great American Bash Sunday.
We'll actually find out on Sunday, so yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy Hank likes her Catwoman gear a lot.
Oh my goodness. Well, you're part of a select people that do.
All right, yeah. Everyone's got their own individual tastes.
But
so.
you know what? It's okay. Let's get on to a very fun segment, and it's a backstage segment featuring Yuya Uemura on the right, on the left, the Impact Director of Authority, Santino Marella, and
the
former Impact Digital Media Champion.
Say
his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry. So you go to London and Paris and Tokyo, North America and Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say, I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Okay, fair. All right, now let's get...
Okay, we're done sucking his nards. Let's go on.
So, Juan, you've talked about this. You actually saw the backstage segment while I was in a bathroom.
Jose was taking a shower. The segment was innocent enough. Yuya Uemura and Joe Hendry were talking about how they're going to try to help Joe Hendry get his rematch to get back the Digital Media Championship he lost at Slammiversary. And he lost it to...
Kenny King.
Kenny King. There we go. Thank you. I blanked out on this. So, Yuya was hacking out like half English. He was like, "Oh, so me and Kenny for champion," and Joe Hendry's like, "No, dude, I mean me against Kenny for the championship. I know that you're going to make a great champion one day, but I've got first dibs on Kenny King because I still have my rematch clause. I want to challenge for my championship back. So you, me, Kenny champion." Like, no. I like me first, and then you can challenge Kenny, and then you can try to be champion.
But it was during that segment where Santino Marella's light bulb turned on, right?
Hey, actually, that doesn't sound like a half bad idea. What do you say? It could be a triple threat match next week on Impact. Yuya Uemura, Kenny King, and Joe Hendry. If you're okay with that. Like, I would have to get your approval on it if you want your buddy to be part of the match. What do you say? And Joe Hendry reluctantly was actually saying, "You know what, Yuya, what are friends for?" And that's where Santino made it official. Next week on Impact, a triple threat match for the Digital Media Championship. Santino Marella walked away. Yuya is very excited. He hops off. Joe Hendry, very confused, laughed on his own. Was like, "God, how do you say thank you in Japanese over here?" Like, obviously, like, very sarcastically, like, "Thank you, thanks a lot. You messed up my shot to try and get back my title."
Right.
Yuya Uemura jumps in, "Arigato." Big smiles, grin ear to ear. He's got no understanding.
Yeah, it's
It's a silly segment, but it was clear it's to set up next week's match.
Man, we're getting a lot of traction here on the chat.
Yeah, I know. What's up with that over here? Dirk Benson is saying, since Impact headed to UK and Grando will be there, what if, in my opinion, Joe Hendry turns heel and forms with Danny Luna and Subculture, or can Impact get Joshua Connors from WCPW?
WCPW, by the way, is What Culture Pro Wrestling.
I know. I remember that one.
Okay.
I don't think that's going to happen. Vicente, want 2 million watching Dynamite. CM Punk and Ace Steel rematch. The Bucks and us fans actually see it this time. No holds barred old school UFC days. That would be hilarious.
That would be funny.
Oh, that's why, because Lisa Boo shared the stream. Thank you, Lisa Boo. We appreciate
Yay!
that. We love it. Thank you so much. We
Thank you,
live
Lisa
for
Boo.
it.
You're awesome.
Thank you, Tam Tam. And we believe in Joe Hendry, Victor. Vicente was saying Santino and Joe Hendry actually work as a comedy interview. Even a few tag matches would work for them. Now bring back Grado for a comedy trio. That would be nice.
That would be great.
Let's see here. And Jeremy Hank, LOL, how does Impact get these people character than AEW? Something strange here.
Because Impact Wrestling and WWE are a little more focused in their content, whereas AEW is just completely all over the place.
Especially considering that they don't have no one with actual direction other than Tony Khan.
It's
Bullshit.
so stupid.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for the new people watching right now, Dirk Benson, Jeremy Hank, and who was the other? Dee
yeah, that was hold on, blah blah blah. Dee Coleman, who
Dee
gave us that
Coleman.
super chat.
Yes, Dee Coleman. If you like
And,
what you see,
Victor Ganfisto. Yep.
yes. If you folks like what you see, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and also share this link to all of your friends who like wrestling, who like all the nerd content. We produce 4 shows every week. But now let's get to the really bad match, and this is the part where I kid you not, Juan can attest to this. I literally yelled, "Fuck off! I am going to take a shower."
This was exactly what's going on. Like, we were watching this match. Jose and I thought, okay, this is going to be a squash match. One of these two is going to job off. But we sat and watched, and we couldn't peel our eyes away because it was so fucking dumb.
It was a one-on-one match between Johnny Swinger versus Zicky Dice, with the loser forced to leave Impact Wrestling.
Oh, here we go. Jose, hit him off.
All right. I'm going to keep this short and simple because the match itself was stupid, short and simple. It was a dumb match. That these two kept on exchanging just back and forth strikes. They were goofing off in the middle of the ring, and it looked like Johnny Swinger was pissed off. He wasn't having any of it, so he left the ring, and it looks like he was about to leave. He told the ref to count him out, but then Zicky Dice, his best friend, came down to
his disciple, the only mark whoever went into Swinger's palace, who had bought into his crappy casino gimmick,
went over to Johnny Swinger and told him, "Hey man, let's finish the match, let's do this." And then Johnny Swinger told Zicky Dice, "It's your turn, buddy. It's your turn, paisano," or whatever.
My buddy Zicky Dice, you're the one who's gonna be the winner. You're the one who's gonna be the future. I'm an old man. You know what? I'm gonna wheel you down in the little miniature wrestling ring ramp thingy. I'm gonna wheel you down, buddy. It's your time to shine. Zicky Dice is so over the hill because his friend is like lifting him up, and he's like, "No, I'm gonna let you win. It's all right. I can let." Fucking nails him from behind.
Johnny Swinger turns on his friend Zicky Dice, turning heel, rolls him back into the ring to pin and win.
Not just pin, but pin with his feet up on the ropes.
Your winner, Johnny Swinger.
And Zicky Dice is out of Impact.
And that was
what the fuck?
What the fuck? That was the point where you literally
fuck this. I'm
this
taking
match.
a shower when we're done with the show.
Yeah, pretty much.
That makes me feel dirty. God, no wonder.
I don't like Swinger. I really don't like Johnny Swinger. I don't know how anybody could find any joy in watching his shtick. I couldn't. I'm sorry. There is a ceiling to that level of ridiculousness, man. Just no. Just no. Get it off my screen. Let's talk about something else.
No, you suffer. You pay for what you fucking did to me.
Oh, come on. Well, help me out here. We're running overtime, but we gotta.
Fine.
All right, now let's get to the bad segment, and it's another one of those stupid videos from the former NXT Tag Team Champion, Dirty Dango. Oh, shoot, Liam Oliver.
Welcome, Liam Oliver, to Wrestle Rewind. Don't forget to subscribe, buddy. They're saying Tony Khan booked that match.
Tony Khan?
He did. It does feel like something he fucking booked, didn't it?
Yeah, it does.
But then again, this segment over here.
Now, this is a video segment featuring the former NXT Tag Team Champion, Dirty Dango, along with John E. Bravo. For those who watch Impact Wrestling may remember him as a guy who was assassinated during his wrestling wedding with Rosemary, which prompted Tommy Dreamer to yell, "Who shot Johnny?"
What the fuck?
You know, Impact Wrestling has a weird history with wrestlers dying.
Yeah, no kid. We're going to get to that in the main event over here, but what the fuck?
All right. So anyway, there's really not much to say about this segment. Dirty Dango continues his nonchalant, careless promo segments, running down Santino Marella, saying that he doesn't take him seriously as a wrestler, not even as an MMA fighter, and he just seems disinterested as as his new character persona. Like I didn't like this. I didn't like this at all, and I don't think having Johnny Bravo is going to help out. I don't understand where this is going. What is the point of this heel turn, Dirty Dango? Make it make sense.
No, it doesn't want to. And he doesn't want it to. It's one of these moments. It's one of those like, oh, he's trying to be the heel by shooting, and he's the being disaffected by wrestling, but he's still wrestling, but he's disaffected, and but he hates it, but he's doing it anyway. So what the fuck, man? No, shut up. Come on, man. Vicente in the chat. The way Juan and Jose talk about Johnny Swinger, both guys would loll at Johnny if he got pushed onto Mox's bed of nails. Oof.
I
You're
guess
not
maybe.
You're
I
not
mean,
wrong.
it'll make me cringe a little because blood, but yeah.
You are not wrong.
All right. Well, you know what? That's enough of that. Let's now talk about the main event of Impact
Thank
Wrestling.
God, please. Let's start wrapping this up.
Indeed, it's a one-on-one match between two TNA legends of the old guard, for both former world champions. Making his televised return, the former leader of Violent by Design, Eric Young,
Why are we pushing Eric Young?
who somehow came back from the dead.
Yeah, didn't Cody Deaner murder Eric Young in the freaking in a freaking interrogation cell at a prison or something?
Magic.
And then magically came back.
He magically came back to face off the national treasure, Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis, who at this point has failed to capture the Impact World title, is now in a one-on-one match against Eric Young. And this match was pretty standard. Nothing too extravagant happened.
Hold on, real quick. Victor Ganfisto in the chat. Was Dirty Dango's act like Dennis Leary from NTV? He wishes. At least Dennis Leary's actually charismatic when he complains about shit. He came up with the song "I'm an asshole." No, you don't have that kind of charisma with Dirty Dango.
Yeah,
what
no.
the hell?
There is no charisma with Dirty Dango. I'm sorry.
All right, let's.
All right, so Eric Young, Nick Aldis. Eric Young shaking off a little bit of the ring rust, being away for some time. He was able to hold his own against Nick Aldis in this main event. And then near the end of the match, we get Nick Aldis. He locks into Texas Cloverleaf submission hold, tries to force Eric Young to tap out. Eric Young was able to break up the submission hold against Nick Aldis. And after a series of back-and-forth action from both these main event stars, Eric Young was able to seal the victory by hitting the spike pile driver onto Nick Aldis to pin and win. Your winner, Eric Young.
I guess that's why we're pushing Eric Young, because he fucking wins.
Oh, and hey, speaking of the design, Juancho.
Oh no.
Yep. The celebration was cut short because out comes Diener and his bodyguard Khan from the design, and they both put a beat down onto Eric Young, with Khan hitting more than one choke slam in the middle of the ring. And the show closes off with this image of Diener sitting on the body of Eric Young, in glee and celebrating his triumph.
Oh God, that was it was so messed up. Like, hey, didn't I kill you? Let me fix that over here. If you sent in the chat, Eric Young came back from the dead just like Pretty Deadly. They got Papa Shango's old voodoo book of spells. Okay, I'll buy it.
At this point,
Sure,
anything's impossible.
why not?
Anything's possible. All right, that's gonna do it. Juan, hit the bell.
No problem.
So this week's Impact Wrestling was pretty good. Not a drop off from the from last week's following the pay-per-view event of Slammiversary. Great opening tag match. We also had some great knockouts action with Giselle Shaw in the middle, who took on Masha Slamovich. Great tag match from the Time Splitters.
Oh yeah, they officially named, by the way, the kinky tag team between Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly. They're officially naming themselves MK Ultra.
That sounds weird, but okay, I'll roll with it.
It's not that weird. It's a Cold War thing,
Okay. The main event match was solid between Eric Young and Nick Aldis. Obviously, these guys are two veterans in the pro wrestling business, and they did pretty well. I really don't give a shit about Johnny Swinger. The less I see him on my TV, the better.
Ow.
I'm sorry, I don't know how everybody can. All right.
No, you're right, but also ow.
Now, this week's edition of AEW Dynamite felt like a major drop-off from Blood and Guts, because it felt like it was a huge step down. Like Orange Cassidy, of course he's not going to lose the international title to AR Fox. That's never going to happen.
No.
Yeah, no.
That's because that international championship is the specialist one for the special boy that our special boy Tony Khan gave his special favorite pet. I mean wrestler. I mean action figure. I mean property.
We know what you mean.
We know what we fucking mean.
Yeah, no. The Blackpool Combat Club has now pivoted in a feud with the Best Friends and Lucha Bros, it seems. So this also feels like a drop off for them, since they were facing off against the Elite. And then, of course, the women's division. I'm sorry. The booking of the women's division in AEW is a persisting problem, and it doesn't look like it's going to get fixed anytime soon. And this is one of the major reasons why AEW Dynamite is not doing so well in weekly numbers.
Like that sign holder, that unsung hero said, book the women's division better.
Yes.
Simple.
It's simple.
Like,
How is it like? Come on, I mean, I can't, man. I just can't. It's just very, very, very bad. However, this week's edition of NXT, the go-home show before the Great American Bash, was actually pretty good, and a majority of it is all thanks to the Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley had a great main event match against Lyra Valkyria.
Dirty Dom setting up that triple threat match between himself and
Wesley and Mustafa Ali. That's gonna be hella awesome. We had great video packages from Tiffany Stratton and Thea Hale. This might be the time that Thea Hale will become the women's champion. We may or may not know, but they have done a great job in building up a lot of fan interest, a lot of momentum into Thea Hale heading into Sunday, and everything else in the middle of and the show was actually pretty damn good. Save for the kendo stick match with Dana Brooke and Cora Jade.
Like we said, that match could have been great for the Great American Bash
if there was
a way to build it out a little bit.
Build it better.
Yeah, they could have built it better. They could have built it up a little bit better, but I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, no. And as for Gable Steveson, I'm sorry, like
give him a mouthpiece, give him a manager, give him
a manager for goodness sake. Oh my goodness.
Please. Oh. What's her face? Kiana James. What's she doing right now?
She's feuding with Gigi Dolan.
Okay. Freaking have her lose Gigi Dolan and then have her be Gable Stevenson's mouthpiece there.
That would be
Easy.
would be a good idea.
Done. There you go. I fixed it.
All right, so that's going to do it for this week, folks. Tune in to next week's edition of Wrestle Rewind, where we will be reviewing the main event for the NXT Great American Bash, which is Carmelo Hayes going one-on-one against Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship.
Real quick in the chat, last chat's over here. Gable Stevenson and Shelton Benjamin says Victor Canfisto. That would be nice. Vicente Guerrero, if Tony really did hire Velvet Sky as a coach for the other AEW women, he sure is not letting her coach enough. No kidding.
Shit, yeah.
Lisa Boo over here saying, good night, guys. Take care. Great stream. Thank you so much, Lisa Boo. We appreciate the love and support over here.
We really do. We really do. So, and yeah, just a couple announcements before we wrap up wrapping up the month of July. We will be returning we will be resuming our Los Amigos play this Saturday. We'll be resuming the Let's Play for Silent Hill 2 for the PlayStation 2, so that's something to look forward to. And of course, tune in to this week's edition of the Ravens Flock every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and Kick, where we will be discussing the latest topics and news circulating in the world of nerd and geek culture. So, with that all being said, Juancho, plug us away.
Don't mind if I do.
Folks, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose Casabona. As he reviews for you the best and the worst of three of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. Step into the ring every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe and the follow button. Ring the notification bell. Become an interformer by hitting the join button. And until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Kick.com/TheRavensFlock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black File, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting edition of Wrestle Rewind. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. That was Juan Rouse. And Tony Khan, take your women's division. It hit.